The following is a presentation of Manatee Schools Television in association with TV production teachers and students.
And you're looking at a live shot of the field here at Parrish Community High School as we've got the 3-0 Bulls playing host to the 3-0 Palmetto Tigers in a classic 6A District 11 matchup for early supremacy in that district in this 2024 season. Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Skip Wilhoit along with our coach in the box, Coach Chris Comboy. And, Coach, we've got a battle of undefeateds this week in a district game on top of it. And it's the first matchup ever between Palmetto High School and Parrish Community High School. You couldn't ask for more.
It's getting heated already. We already had flags thrown when the teams came out of the tunnel. We're witnessing the birth of a rivalry here tonight. This is going to be fun.
These schools only 12 miles apart. So it is, even though Parrish Community only in their fourth year, I believe, of football, or is it fifth? It's been not too long, but this is the first time that they've matched up, and it just so happens that this year they're in the same district for the first time as well. So it should be interesting. As we've seen, we've already got a penalty on the Palmetto team as they get ready to take the field over there. So we have some interesting drawing going back and forth on the field right now.
The official just had the two head coaches come out on the field and talk to both head coaches about sportsmanship, I'm sure. We'll have to keep an eye on that. There's going to be a lot of emotions flying early in this game, and you got to keep those under control if you want to perform effectively.
And like we said, both teams undefeated at 3-0 coming into this matchup. However, they're built maybe a little bit differently. The opponents for the Parrish Community Bulls, a grand total of 1-8 on the year so far, while you flip the switch over to Palmetto High School and the teams that they've played are 5-4. And remember, 4 of those losses are to Palmetto. And when we look at those teams, Alonzo in particular, outscoring their opponents 105-10 on the year, and they were handily defeated by Palmetto in their opener. So both teams looking good on paper. Parrish Community maybe not playing the caliber of talent that Palmetto has, but we're going to find out tonight exactly what these Bulls are made of.
Looks like we have the national anthem. Usually that's done before the players take the field, but they're bringing the flags out now to do the national anthem.
My gut feeling tells me they must have forgot because we have both sides out there with their helmets off getting ready for a kickoff. I don't think I've ever seen this.
No, they were ready to play. They were lined up. The refs handed the ball to the kicker,
and we saw the coin toss before really the teams even came out as well. So there seems to be a little bit of a discombobulation with the beginning of this. But we'll go ahead and stand at attention here for our national anthem, and we'll be right back after this is over.
Lieutenant Colonel Levi Hayward and Cadet Staff Sergeant Kyle Lee. The Star Spangled Banner is being performed by the Pride of Parrish Marching Band.
That was the Parrish Community JROTC color guard, joined by the Parrish Community Bulls marching band for the national anthem. As we get set to tee this thing off, and as we were talking about, Coach, both teams 3-0 in this matchup. Maybe a little bit different route to get here for both squads, and we should find out a lot about both teams tonight, but particularly with Parrish. And I'll tell you, I was impressed, not just with what Palmetto's done in the season so far. When we went out and checked out practice earlier this week, and we're talking with the coaching staff right away, when you step on that practice field, this team is a big squad. They've got some good-looking athletes.
Yeah, both teams, and Parrish has big numbers of players. Got Liam Harold kicking off for Palmetto here.
And Parrish will receive this ball first and be on offense. That ball is going to be caught at the 7.
John Keene, number 2, with the return.
And Keene gets out just shy of the 30-yard line. Let's see where they spot that, but it looks to be right around the 29.
Yeah, whichever team wins this game is going to really be in the driver's seat in their district. It's a wide-open district. There's 5 teams in the district. 4 teams could win it. Lakewood Ranch, Leonard, also both quality teams. The only team that's really probably not going to be a factor is Gateway, who is 0-3 down in Fort Myers. I think it's a new school, so that's probably going to be they'll probably be pulling up the rear in the district competition.
And so quarterback Bryson Volz, the younger brother of former quarterback Jackson Volz, he's under center and hands that ball off that time to 21. Keon Maxwell is going to get the first carry of this game and get a pickup of about 4 yards. Let's see where they spot that ball.
Yeah, that's like a little play they call Sally in the wing T offense. He handed off, it was a double handoff. Quarterback handed off to number 3, Edwards, Jermaine Edwards, and then he handed it off to Keon Maxwell in front of him going back. Sort of a reverse. It's called, they call it the Delaware wing T. That would be called the Sally.
And we've got something going on here with the officials. Got a dead ball, it looked like, but that ball is going to be spotted at the 23 or 33. Offsides is the call. And that must have been declined.
No, or they may.
It's still second down with the sticks, and it's about 5 to go. So I would say they declined that. So maybe
it's first down. The ref is trying to get him to change the sign over there. They took the penalty to 5 yards.
That would make sense.
Yeah,
first
instead
and 5.
of losing it down, 1st and 5. We had 2 offensive here that have been very effective this year, so it'll be interesting to see which one's going to break first. Both quarterbacks playing very well. Bryson Volz, his dad, Ed Volz, is the offensive coordinator.
Maxwell again on the carry. He's able to get to the outside that time and get past the sticks for the Bulls' first down. And that ball is going to be spotted outside of the 40-yard line for Volz in this offense. And we talk about the offense for the Bulls. Up front, we've got Caden Lee, Colin Mitz, Marquise Maxwell, Landon Montague, Killian Gilliard. And we'll get to the rest of that offense after this snap.
Montague or Montague?
You tell me. Montague. Sounds better.
Didn't get a chance to go over that.
And we've got a stoppage here.
Said having trouble with the chains over there, the down marker.
That'll give us a chance to go over the rest of the offense here. Dawson Kolkman at tight end. And we've got in the backfield, already mentioned, Keon Maxwell. Jermaine Edwards will join him tonight. And quarterback Bryson Volz, as we mentioned. The wide receivers are Jaden Gibson, Dom Roll, and Trevor Carell.
Jermaine Edwards is the all-everything back for Parrish. He's also the leading receiver, one of the leading rushers and the leading receiver. So you'll see him utilized a lot, number 3. Keon Maxwell also, a lot of carries.
Edwards averaged over 9 yards a carry last year. You know, he can tote that rock. So far this year, 23 carries for 126 yards, about 5.5 per clip. As that play goes nowhere. And Maxwell's going to be stacked up in the backfield.
Yeah, that's the defensive line getting good penetration there. The big guys up front. I saw Chase Henson in there, 99. 15, Arthur Amarin getting a push up in there. That's Coach Matt Brazelton back coaching the defensive line at Palmetto.
Ball spotted on the 35-yard line. That's going to be 3rd down and 12 for Parrish. Edwards in the backfield behind Volz. Gibson in motion, and that's going to be Edwards. And Edwards tripped up at the 40-yard line. Nice tackle. There was a lot of grass between the first down marker and Jermaine Edwards, but he's brought down.
That's a really nice tackle there by 31. I think that is Nevin Nadeau, if I'm not mistaken.
We got too much paper over here. But hold on, I've got your back, Coach. And there's no 31 on the roster.
I believe that's Nevin Nadeau, yes. Paul Moore and Nevin Nadeau are.
Well, now it's third down. Again, the sticks were wrong. I thought that was the case. So we're third down and 7 as Volts drops back
Pressure
to pass.
on the screen.
And he's going to drop that off to Maxwell coming out of the backfield on the screen. And Maxwell makes a man miss, but is driven out of bounds short of the first down. Looks like they're going to spot that 2 yards short. So it's going to be 4th and 2.
A little early to take a chance on your own side of the field. We'll see how aggressive Coach Clark decides to be with, looks like Tomlinson going in, number 8. He's a returning kicker from last year and punter.
And a nice shot from our student cameraman out there. And a reminder that the MSTV Game of the Week is a partnership between Manatee Schools Television and the school's TV and production classes.
I'd be trying to maybe a little shift or change here and try to draw them off sides, try to draw Palmetto off sides. They're very aggressive.
And Owen Tomlinson set to punt this thing off.
Kicks it off the side of his foot,
and
he might not have passed the line of scrimmage on that one. That's going to be close. He's going to start walking back now and see where he marks it. Looks like he's going to be around the 45.
Still walking.
45-yard line, so you only get about 8-9 yards out of that punt.
And Owen Tomlinson, we saw him punt last year for this team.
He's a seasoned veteran. He's kicked for me. His older brother Lane was a do-everything tight end last year, big part of their offense. Parrish lost a lot of their offense. They lost chemistry. They lost R.J. Mosley.
Chemistry Young went down
both went to Carter Mooney,
right? Yeah.
And Tomlinson graduated. So those are their 3 key receivers, but they've replaced them with guys this year. We'll see what Palmetto's offense does under Jackson Roth. He's having a tremendous year.
And Maurice Carter in backfield number 5. And he gets that handoff from Roth, and he plows ahead for maybe a yard. Helmet's flying off early in this ball game as Parrish was jumping up and down.
Roth has completed 70% of his passes. He got 8 touchdowns and 1 interception through 3 games. And doing excellent. Like I said, both offenses and both quarterbacks playing very well through the first 3 games.
Last week it was 15 of 18 for 270 yards and 5, count them, 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that was against the Sarasota Riverview team that just pounded Palmetto last year twice. In 2 games, they scored 100 points and had 1,000 yards of offense.
Roth guiding traffic downfield, rolls right, pulls the trigger, but incomplete. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 to go. Those chain crews are having a little bit of a tough time with the down and distance out there.
Bryson Voles for Parrish, quarterback, also completing 69% of his passes. So, like I said, this is 2 offenses that have been pretty good this year, and it's going to be a challenge for the 2 defensive groups to stop them. But so far, it looks like both of them have been up to it.
And Parrish right now with a big opportunity to hold Palmetto to 3 and out on their initial drive after gaining a couple of first downs themselves. They back away off that coverage.
Check with me, Coach Sanders making a late call after he sees what defense they're in.
And then they go back up to a little bit more of a press situation with the cornerbacks. Now back out of again. And Roth got a man to the sidelines, but Carter's going to wind up well short of that first down as he's pushed out of bounds.
Long throw there. Long throw from left hash over to the right sideline on the out route.
As we take another look at this, and you're right, Coach, didn't give him much of a chance to even cut that ball back upfield either. So it's 4th down and 5 to go after outstanding field position after that shank punt by Tomlinson, and Palmetto can't do anything with it. They stand right now at the 50-yard line and set to punt this thing away. Back deep.
Keon Maxwell.
For the Bulls, we've got Maxwell.
And Cale Bunce is punting. He's not on the roster. This will be his first punt ever in a football game in high school.
Nice high punt for Bunce.
Good ball. Cale
takes a decent bounce.
Cale is a 3-time state champion in weightlifting.
Zion Roberson downs that punt for the Tigers. We got a flag down on the field right around the 30-yard line. Let's check this out.
Usually a block in the back.
Usually, but there's no return that time.
Yeah, they could be blocking as the ball's in the air. They may wave it off. I don't know. Let's see what they're doing here. Yeah, Cale Bunce just got back from an international weightlifting competition in Ecuador, where he placed 2nd, got the silver medal there.
Impressive.
So just decided to come out for football a couple weeks ago, so he's a little late coming out. Looks like the penalty's going to be against Palmetto. 15-yarder, face mask. And
so that's
why you'd be grabbing, if you're the coverage team, you should be trying to get away from blockers, not grabbing onto them. So I don't understand that.
That's you don't see that too often. A face mask and there's not even a return on.
No, that's like I said, a lot of emotions going there, and they're playing a little out of control in their emotions there.
So it's 1st down and 10 for the Bulls. That ball's just past the 30-yard line. As we've got that inside handoff, it looks like Jermaine Edwards on the carry, and he twists and turns for a couple of yards.
A big hit in there. I couldn't see who it was. We'll maybe get the replay.
Maybe a yard
Jermaine
pickup.
was almost down in the backfield. Put his hand down to stay up. Made a nice play to stay up, and then he was hit hard as he turned it up into the line.
I'm going to go with big old 51, Chris Gibson.
Big Chris Gibson. 51, 300-pounder. Parrish has a couple of big defensive tackles. Both these teams have good squads. I mean, they're teams that can make a run. Whoever plays well.
And on the flip,
nice tackle by
Gibson, and he's brought down. Nice tackle, like you said. Coach Loss on the
31,
play.
running to the ball. A little undersized linebacker. Also another guy who wasn't going to play football this year. Came out late and has worked his way into the starting lineup. And he just he doesn't look like a linebacker maybe from up here, but he just runs the ball and makes plays.
So here we go, 3rd down and 12 for Volts in that Bulls offense.
See if Palmetto brings pressure.
And Volts is going to roll this thing off to the left. Moore chasing, but Volts able to get away from him. Volts got room, and Volts with a 1st down for the Bulls. On their 2nd possession, they pick up more 1st down yardage and get that ball out near midfield.
Looks like we got a flag here.
And
bring it back.
They are hopping up and down. And that Bulls offensive line not too happy.
Personal foul, face mask.
He didn't look like he knew which way he wants to go. Boy, this is another face. He's pointing back now at Parrish.
No, he's marking it off.
But now they're marking it against Palmetto. So the second face mask penalty, basically on this drive, they've got one on the punt return.
That should go on to the end of the play, though. That should be tagged on to the end of the play. Coach Clark is going to go out there and explain that to him right now. That's totally blown.
I mean, that's fewer yards than the play game.
Yeah, you take the play, but you get it tagged on a face mask. And it looks like the ref doesn't want to hear anything about it. It's atrocious.
So we've seen some interesting.
I mean, you would take the play. He had another 5 yards. Why would you take a penalty? And there's offsides on Palmetto.
And Palmetto self-destructing with penalties on this drive.
Yeah, and this is when you get an emotional team in an emotional game. There's a lot of co-mingling between Parrish and Palmetto. A lot of these kids at Parrish they all probably would have been at Palmetto had Parrish not been built. A lot of the staff at Parrish was at Palmetto at one time. So there's a high emotion game, and whichever team can keep their composure is going to have the advantage.
So 1st down and 5 for the Bulls. That's going to be a handoff to Maxwell. Maxwell off the left side. Nice tackle in the backfield that time. Maybe a loss on the play. Number 24.
Paul Moore, nice play, linebacker. Nice job scraping to the ball, making a play. Good clean tackle in the backfield. Sure tackle.
And that's his 3rd tackle for a loss on the season, Moore's. That ball.
I'm still flabbergasted by the call that the ref didn't let them run the play that got yards out.
That I've never seen that.
I've never seen it either.
As it is, 2nd down and about 3rd down and 6 to go.
I think I'd have to use a timeout and go out and talk to the ref in that situation, because that's just, like I said, atrocious.
Maxwell in the backfield with Volts. Gibson in motion.
Play action.
And Volts looks to fire downfield. Got a receiver, but a little bit overthrown for Maxwell coming on that wheel route. And that ball's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, they ran the receiver on that side vertical down the sideline to clear out the corner, and then tried to slip Maxwell out on a wheel route. And the play action, good call. Palmetto did a pretty good job trying to get back to cover it and at least got in the throwing lane. He might have had a step or two on him, but since the defender was in the throwing lane, I think Vols had to throw the ball, had to be a high outside throw, had to be perfect to make the conclusion.
Again, the chain crew has got the down wrong every down. And the scoreboard's been off every single time, too. So we are getting confusing signals here. It's got to be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah. I think
we've got a timeout. And our graphic says 2nd down and 6. So we've got different downs everywhere. We got 4th down on the field, 3rd down in my head, 2nd down on the graphic.
They ran a running play, and Paul Moore made a tackle on it, and then they ran the incomplete pass, so it should be taken, I believe.
That's where my head is at, too. But the referees, again, they've got to look at that. They're on the field.
The referee is signaling 4th down.
I can see it now. They're
and
giving
Coach
the hand signal.
Clark is talking to the ref like, what? It's not 4th down.
I did not think it was.
You got to call timeout and go out and find out if this ref is.
Well, you've got Tomlinson coming onto the field right now to punt this thing away.
But
and you've got a returner now going back. Carter's going back for the Tigers.
Get the call right. I mean.
Well, I'm gonna ease up on the chain crew, even though they've had the wrong down most of the game.
The official is signaling 4th down, and it's obviously not. It was a 1st down, whether the play counted or the penalty. The penalty, that play doesn't count.
So some confusion here early on, and it still looks like confusion on the field. You see Coach Clark out there talking.
The ref on this side has figured out that they have it wrong, and he's going to go talk to the
There
white
appears to be some confusion
the white hat has not shown
about whether it's 3rd or 4th
he does not
down.
want to talk about it.
And we have the ruling.
It's 3rd down. I mean, that's terrible. That's 2 of the worst calls I've ever seen in my life.
We've got a high snap, and Tomlinson, a great job of pulling that thing down. And he gets off a beauty.
Too.
And Carter's just waving for a fair catch, letting that thing bounce and get away from it, Peter. And that ball's going to be down at the 4. Wow. I mean, Tomlinson just turned potential disaster into a pin job for the Bulls. And Palmetto's going to start off in the shadow of their own end zone at the 4-yard line.
I'm sorry. I'm just blown away that they can't get the down right. There's 6 guys out there getting paid to officiate a game, and not one of them knows it's 3rd down.
We both thought it was, and it looks like Coach Clark thought it was.
It was.
I've learned not to rely on my memory to go back and go, did this happen? What happened on the 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down? My memory's too faulty.
Well, if it was just me thinking it, then I think Coach Clark.
But you and Coach Clark agreed with my brain, so therefore,
that's what I'm
my
saying.
brain, I believe,
there's too much smoke. There's got to be some fire.
Well, they've got the chain crew's got it right this time. The down marker with a 1st down and 10 to go. And again, that ball at the 4-yard line as Roth takes the field.
Palmetto's got to get the ball to the
Carter's behind him in the backfield. Carter with that handoff tries the right side, able to get a nice little pick. We'll get the ball.
Parrish has it.
And just like that, Parrish is going to recover that football. And golden opportunity to score here for the Parrish Bulls after Palmetto fumbles on that play from the 4-yard line, and that ball is going to be spotted at the 7.
It's really strange that Maurice Carter has only had a handful of carries this year. If that's who was in there, maybe it was not him.
I thought I saw 5 in the backfield. It could have been 6 Trez Yarn, but
yeah, normally Trez Yarn has the most carries. And then Marquez Bridson has the next amount most. So
shout out to his uncle Ray, who worked with him for a long time.
So big break for Palmetto, or for Parrish there. On that break, they forced the fumble and recovery.
Maybe there's a little football karma going on there after that loss of down.
After the refs did earlier in that drive.
Bryson Bolts with Maxwell behind him. 1st down, goal to go. Maxwell. And Maxwell's upended after pickup of a yard. That ball is out again.
Palmetto has it.
And Palmetto gets it right back.
Wow, big hit there. I don't know who hit him in the hole, but the ball popped out. I saw the ball pop out. Recovered by 23. Shane Peacock. Not Peacock.
We just saw it rolling on the instant replay there. It looks again like 51. I'm going to go ahead with Chris Gibson, the 6'3", 300-pound defensive tackle.
Shane Partridge recovered it. Chris Gibson with the hit?
It looked like it to me. I saw 51 in the bottom of that pile.
All right.
And when you get hit by a 6'3", 300-pound defensive tackle, the chances of holding onto that ball get slim. And as it is, it's spotted at the 5-yard line. So let's try this again. First down and 10 from the 5 this time for the Tigers. Yeah,
Timeout on the field.
we've got 5:21 left to go in this first quarter. This looks to be a water break. We'll just go ahead right now and take a quick break. After some messages, we'll be right back.
Sarah, you got this, okay? But they lost.
Not really. Not where it counts.
To Parrish Community High School, where it's going to be first down and 10 for the Palmetto Tigers following a series of fumbles, one by the Tigers, one by the Bulls on back-to-back plays. And now it's first down and 10 for the Tigers after recovering that Bull fumble. And that time Roth hands it off. The running back goes nowhere. And again, 5 or 6. That's actually, that time it's going to be 41. And that's Britson that we talked about before.
Second down.
Yeah,
Britson on the year with 130 yards on 36 carries, also 3 touchdowns. So he's got plenty of snaps in the backfield along with Trez Yard.
Yeah, and he plays linebacker as well, so he gets splits time in the running back and linebacker. But the big plays for Palmetto have come from the receivers this year, and they haven't been able to get the ball to Nas Pitchford or Simeon Matt, the 2 speedsters on the outside.
Matt with 5 touchdowns on the year, and Pitchford with 3. And Roth's going to throw that football. He's got a receiver out there. It looks like his tight end, Ace Luther.
That'll be a first down.
6'3", and a
good
looking body.
Yep. This is on a Frank Luther, I believe. Longtime coach at Bayshore High School. His sister's coaching.
He's only gotten in 1 game so far, so that's only his 3rd reception on the year. But that's good enough for a first down. As they get that ball right out to the 15-yard line, right at the sticks. So first down and 10. Britson in the backfield again behind Roth.
Palmetto looking again at calling a freeze count and then looking over the sideline to get the play.
And again, the Bulls showing press and then backing out of it. And Britson with a nice, powerful run on first down, pickup of maybe 6 yards past the 20.
Number 41, Marquez Bryson on the carry, gain of 6. Brings up second down.
Second down and a long 4 to go for the Tigers after getting out of it, escaping that poor field position. But boy, they've got to feel lucky just to get that ball back as they were staring down a first down and goal on defense.
Trez Yarn back in tailback now in the pistol formation behind Jackson Roth. Palmetto's got 2nd and 3 or 4.
There's Yarn on the carry, and Yarn with a nice pickup and another first down for the Tigers out to the 39-yard line.
I'm glad he got him back in. You can't give up on a kid when he fumbles, especially a guy who's been your leading rusher. You got to get him back in there as soon as possible and let him get a couple more carries so he doesn't dwell on that and get in his head and start talking to himself on the sideline. You got to keep his mind right. Get him back in there, let him carry the ball, get hit again, hang on to it.
And Yarn coming into this game, averaging over 5 yards a carry. 184 yards. And it's going to be first down and 10.
Palmetto with Matt and Pitchford over here on the same side, which you don't see a lot.
And again, Yarn on the handoff right up the gut, and Yarn with that offensive line pushing forward, getting another good positive pickup on first down, maybe 5 yards, at least 4. And he's out indeed to that 35-yard line. Pickup of 5, second down and 5.
Palmetto offensive line starting to on this drive show some life and
get some push.
Yeah, getting some push. The whole line coming off. You see the whole movement of the line as a group. That group of big guys, like you said.
We got There's still Hayes. You do it.
Darian Williams at center he's been like the rock for their offensive line for 2 years now.
And that's Brinson on that left side, and Brinson's going to have another Palmetto first down across the 40-yard line. So again, on the ground, Palmetto keeping it there, and they are picking up chunk yards. And the Tigers coming into this game averaging 370 yards of offense per game. But the passing yards have been the MO so far for this offense. But tonight they're keeping it on the ground with probably a little bit better size advantage against that front seven of the Bulls.
And one way to slow a game down and kind of
high snap ball on the ground, still on the ground, and Parrish is going to get the ball. That ball just sat there like it was radioactive, and the Bulls finally fall on it at the 40-yard line. So Palmetto back on defense after their second fumble of this game.
Number 20 with the recovery for Parrish. Jack Benser. Jack Benser with the recovery, jumping in there, the linebacker. Yeah, you said a high snap, and as he pulled it down, I think the running back, the timing was off, and the running back and the quarterback kind of collided, and the ball came out. And
that's Mentzer's. It's his first recovery of the year.
Second turnover of the game already.
Second turnover on back-to-back drives in their own territory. At least this one's not at the 4-yard line, it's at the 40. But nonetheless, Parrish set up in excellent shape for the second drive in a row. Last time, they fumbled the ball themselves. Edwards in the back.
Unbalanced here.
Edwards in the backfield, and Volts is going to hand it to him, and Edwards goes to that unbalanced side. Nice penetration that time by number 7 on defense, Zion Roberson.
Zion Roberson, the outside linebacker or low safety, coming up on the run.
Another look at it right here.
Really athletic play. Gets to reads the offensive line blocking and comes up and makes the tackle when the running back tries to bounce it outside.
Great job by our student cameraman in this game so far. We've got a couple of nice replays out there. And checking in now, Keon Maxwell at running back behind Bryson Volts. Sidecar right. Second down and 11. Volts is going to keep that ball brought down, however, after a short pickup. Maybe a pickup of 3, but it looks like about 2 yards.
Yeah, he faked a little jet sweep to the right and tried to run a little naked bootleg to the left. Roberson stayed home and was there to make the play. So you got 3rd and long.
And that might do it. We've got 40 seconds now left to go in this opening quarter here. But it looks like Parrish is going to have to snap the ball one more time before we get to the break. 3rd down and a short 10. And that ball's going to be almost caught. Number 19 over the middle of the field. And boy, Jake Pritchett was wide open, and it looked like he was going to have an easy first down. And that ball went right through his hands. Maybe a little bit behind him. The pass might have been, but
he's running up to seam in cover 3, and you got to throw the ball, where the opening is. You don't want to lead him all the time. That's a kind of a misnomer. A lot of people think the quarterback will throw a bad pass when it's behind a guy, but sometimes if you throw it in the front, the safety can come over and make a play. So you've got to throw it kind of on the back shoulder there. I think Pritchard probably tell you he's got to have that. Got an update from Southeast. Southeast Seminoles 8, Lakewood Ranch 0 at the end of the first quarter.
The Seminoles coming on strong under Coach Kurt Bradley. We saw them get walloped by Manatee, but they've got 2 victories in their other 2 games. Great come from behind victory for the Seminoles last week. A great victory
another high
last
snap,
week. And again,
nobody's pressuring.
Tomlinson gets it down and gets off another punt. As Carter's going to I thought he fair caught
that. He did fair catch, and now he's good.
That should be a penalty. And there is no penalty, so they're just going to spot that ball at the spot of the fair catch.
Once again, I don't know.
I mean, that's a pretty obvious one, but hey.
Very obvious.
They're going to spot that ball at the 7. White hat coming over here, but no conversation.
They do try not to call that sometimes.
But when you take off.
I mean, it used to be a 5-yard penalty for delay of game. back when I was coaching years ago. I don't know if they've changed the rule.
Maybe they have.
It doesn't give the returning team any benefit. They get nothing out of it.
No, because the
Is
play's
she on?
dead.
The bar spiking?
Plays dead, so.
This ball is going to be back at the 7-yard line for the second
You'll hear.
straight possession. Then the Tigers take over inside the 10-yard line, 1st down and 10.
And still, Matt and Pitchford have not touched the ball yet.
Yarn on the carry, and he'll pick up maybe a yard as we get down to zeros on the clock, and we've reached the end of the first quarter. And your score from Parrish Community, it's going to be 0s and 0s on both sides. And instead of a commercial break, we're going to take it down to the field right now with one of our student sideline reporters.
Hello, Bulls. I'm Kaylin DeVito, and I'm here with Morgan and Caden from our SGA here at Parrish Community High School. So I was just wondering, what's something unique you find about our student government, maybe compared to other schools?
I would say that we go all out compared to other schools in our homecoming and our cheers and just how much we try to participate. I feel like we always go above and beyond.
And I would say that our friendship as a whole is really cool, and everybody gets along well, and it definitely helps for a really good, successful SGA.
So as we know, Palmetto is starting to become one of our biggest rivals. So what do you think has been the most memorable point of this game so far?
Thank you for your support.
Yeah, the tailgate was great. We had a point over there, and everyone got super loud for that. We started cheering really loud. Our student section has been fantastic tonight.
I know, I can see.
Yeah, it's been pretty loud. So we have the most I think we've ever had turn up to a game tonight.
And I have one more question for you guys. Are we hyped tonight?
Yes, we are so hyped tonight.
Yeah, we are. Go Bulls!
Go Bulls!
Thank you.
All right, that's going to be Caitlin DeVito on the sideline down there. Thank you, Caitlin. We appreciate that. And back to action here, beginning of the second quarter. 0s on the scoreboard for Parrish and for Palmetto.
Somehow it became 2nd and 4 instead of 2nd and 8 or 9. What is going on here?
We've got 2nd and 4. I couldn't tell you, Coach.
Brinson's hitting the backfield.
And Brinson's going to be dragged down by the tenacious Bulls defense. And he'll lose yards back inside the 5-yard line.
6 yards.
Loss on the play, called down inside the 5-yard line. Carry by number
It's just
41,
a mystery
Marquez
what's
Bryce.
going on here with the yard markers and
And the original line of scrimmage was the 7, so it looks like they've got the ball at the 6 now.
now they move the sticks back.
Well,
to
I'm not sure what's going on here, but the ball was originally at the 7-yard line, and now it appears to be at the 6, and yet it's 3rd down and 7.
they didn't put the yard markers in the right place, I think.
I don't think they did.
And I don't know if nobody noticed it or just the officials just refused to listen to the coaches' complaints as they've done previously. And Palmetto just very conservative. They're going to punt it away from out of the end zone there.
That's kind of surprising given the 660 yards that Jackson Roth has thrown for this year. You know, and they've got great athletes out there in space. If you can get that around the numbers to those athletes and make them have some guys miss. They had a 75-yard touchdown, a 78-yard touchdown, and keeping it on the ground.
Yeah, they haven't thrown any outside screens or hitches that they've it's been their bread and butter this year when you watch film. It's been very heavy with the run. So now you got a guy who's punted once in his career and he's got a kick from out of the end zone. Of course, the long snapper, Chance Shawpocker, also a baseball player who just came out a couple of weeks ago. And he gets a low snap. Bunce gets it away.
Bunce, yeah, with a backwards bounce on top of it. And again, Parrish Community High School is going to start in Tiger territory for the 3rd straight drive. So this Tigers defense and Matt Arcady, the defensive coordinator, are being stressed early in this ballgame.
I think everybody's being stressed. I mean, Coach Clark's been stressed by some of those calls.
I mean, some of those things are absolutely bewildering.
I can't figure it out. It's not like you disagree with somebody saw something that you didn't see. Or it just makes no sense that When we changed quarters, the yard markers weren't on the right lines, apparently. I don't know, it's bizarre.
It's making me feel like I'm somehow losing my mind. So, one of many things that does that on a regular basis, but I didn't need that tonight.
No.
So here we are, 1st down and 10. Ball spotted just inside the 40-yard line, right at the 40-yard line for the Bulls. And that's Maxwell in the carry. Looks to throw this ball. He just gives it a little bit of a shovel pass. Nice job getting out there for the 1st down.
Yeah, he was out of bounds, looks like short.
It looked like we tossed that thing to Jermaine Edwards, but
really good play there. He looked downfield and tried to get the big play, and wasn't there, and he kept the play alive, and then just like you said, shoveled it out to Jermaine Edwards, who got about a 7-yard gain.
Correction, 7 on the play. 2nd down.
2nd down and 3 yards to go for the Bulls.
Well, it figures in, we talked about both offenses being so good this year that we'd end up sitting here watching a 0-0 game in the middle of the 2nd quarter.
But a battle of undefeateds tied as we start this 2nd quarter, not surprising. We've got a little bit of confusion in that Parrish backfield. As Maxwell sets up sidecar right, and Bolts is going to flip that to Edwards, and Edwards breaks the tackle in the backfield. Jermaine Edwards with a 1st down for the Bulls.
He's still going.
He's still on his feet, but driven out of bounds, it looks like.
Palmetto had a chance to make a tackle for a loss there, and he broke the tackle and turned it into a big play, 1st down.
Kind of a little flip on that delayed jet sweep.
You can tell Parrish's game plan, a lot of misdirection. We've seen the Sally play, that was kind of similar to that. Quarterback was sprinting out to the left and flipped it up to the right. We had the fake, the bootleg, went against the flow. So a lot of trying to take advantage of Palmetto's aggressiveness, running with the ball, and get him going in one direction and come back the other. Coach Ed Voles is the offensive coordinator for Parrish, and son is the quarterback, Bryson. And but they had a really good game plan to attack that Palmetto defense.
And Maxwell with a carry. Looked like there was a little bit of daylight there, but it gets shut down by that Palmetto Tiger front 7 after a pickup of maybe 3 or 4.
Looks like he had at least 4.
2nd down.
We're going to give him almost a little bit more than 4. So
might be close to 5. 2nd down.
We'll call it a long 5, short 6. Ball just outside the 20, around the 22-yard line. And Volts looks to get one on court to Gibson, and Gibson with a catch. And we got a flag down. That might be targeting her.
I don't know if that's even, it's not the NFL.
Right, or hitting with the helmet.
I mean, they're spearing, but I don't. That didn't look like anything to me. That looked like the guy just came up and hit him. I don't know if we have a replay.
Well, we got a flag immediately on that tackle. That seemed
they called it, but like I said,
helmet to helmet. I'm assuming that's what that call is. I don't think I've ever seen that in high school football.
I didn't know it even existed. Ran a little wheel route.
And there's your
great throw.
And it was Gibson in motion.
It looked like he hit him with his arms. I don't think either guy's helmet got hit, but that would be consistent with the way things have been going tonight.
And now for the 2nd time this evening, Parrish is set up with a 1st down and goal, this time from just inside the 5-yard line. They've been here before. Maxwell with the carry. Maxwell off the left side. Touchdown. And Maxwell's near that goal line.
Touchdown, he's in.
And that's going to be a touchdown for the Parrish Bulls. Keon Maxwell from 5 yards out. And so that time, the Bulls coach finally taking advantage of the miscues by Palmetto. Not just the turnover again, but more penalties as well.
Yeah, and they just good push by the left side of the offensive line there. Maxwell, good hard running, good low pad level. You see he had a good forward lean to his run, running behind his pads and continuing to move the pile. That movement they had started, he got a little. Tomlinson puts it through.
That extra point is good. And so with 7:48 left to go in the opening half, your score from Parrish Community High School, it's the Bulls 6 and the Tigers nothing. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, check it out. Huh. What happened to that guy?
You're not alone. Together we stand. I'll be by your side. You know I'll take your hand. When it gets cold and it feels like the end, there's no place to go. You know I won't give in. No, I won't give in. Oh.
And welcome back to Parrish Community High School, where the Bulls have a 7-0 lead on the Palmetto Tigers with 7:48 to go in the opening half.
We get a crowd here, a Parrish crowd going crazy as they take the lead, 7-0.
That ball into the end zone, not going to be returned.
Palmetto will start 20.
Evan Stansel makes the catch.
Here's Evan Stansel. We talked about him before the game.
That was Camden Stansel.
Oh, I thought it was 8.
No, 0.
Never mind that. He is brother.
Yes, it's his brother. Camden's a sophomore. Evan's a senior.
Football fans, we would like to take this opportunity.
Palmetto's field position
to wish
again.
a very happy birthday.
Not very good so
Palmetto
far.
High School
Especially not
principal,
compared to
Monica
Parrish
Perez.
field position, who they've taken over inside Palmetto territory in all but 2 drives.
They did get good field position on the one bad punt, and they weren't able to do anything with it.
The turnover inside the 5. As Volts, or excuse me, check that, Roth gets that ball out, caught by Nas Pitchford. And Pitchford's got enough for a Palmetto first down, just past the sticks.
And that's the first time an outside receiver's touched the ball, and like I said, that's been their bread and butter this year. Pitchford and Simeon Matt, number 1. Pitchford, number 3, both. Very fast. Pitchford only a sophomore. Matt is a senior. Son of Prince Matt, played at Manatee and FSU, and his older brother Prince Matt also played at Manatee. He played on the 2009 and 2010 teams.
Handoff that looks Bridson.
Penetration by, I can't tell if it's 0 or 6, probably 0. Didn't make the tackle, but made the play in the backfield.
Alex Aldridge, number 14, also in there on the play.
0 Gage Cameron. He was the one who was there first and kind of made the running back get off his track.
And Gage Cameron, the leading tackler at linebacker for this Bulls defense, 33 tackles coming into the game.
This Parrish defenses look very stout in this game, playing well.
And Roth is going to hand this off again to Bridson. Bridson with a little bit of room, and Bridson past the first down markers. And he's going to have another Palmetto Tiger first down past the 40, out to the 42. Out to the 44. So a good spot for Bridson in that Tiger offense. They need to get something going here, down 7-0. Pitchford and Matt, your receivers. Bridson in the backfield behind Roth. And it's fake, actually, the back end. It's going to be an attempt to Pitchford, and he's not able to reel that thing in. And that was Yarn in the backfield that time.
That was identical play, I think, that we saw.
On first down.
No, that we saw Parrish run earlier, where the outside receiver was running a vertical, and the trailing receiver was going to reel route behind. Both of them pretty well covered. Same thing there. Jacksonville had to throw the ball, kind of back shoulder up high. And the receiver couldn't pull it in. So.
We've got 4 receivers out there for the Palmetto Tigers right now. 1 back set. And it's going to go to the outside receiver that time.
There's the outside screen that talked about has been the bread and butter.
Was that Pitchford?
Can't see who's on this side.
It looked like three.
Pitchford.
It did look like 3 to me, so that would be Nas Pitchford.
Nas Pitchford. Good blocking out in front.
And another first down for the Tigers now in the Bulls territory. That ball is going to be at the 42-yard line as we get another water break here with 6:18 left to go in the opening half. So Palmetto finally starting to move the ball. They had a little bit of success on the ground, Coach, especially when they were backed up to their own end zone, able to get out of that out to the 40-yard line. But on this drive, they're blending the run with the pass, and they're finally getting it to their outside guys.
Yeah, it's one of those games where if you look at the stats, you'd think they were doing pretty good, but they had terrible field position and the turnovers. So as far as the Palmetto offense is concerned, probably average yards per carry isn't that bad. With the bad field position and the turnovers, this hasn't been enough. Parrish has been opportunistic. Their offense has moved the ball well too.
And this is really the first time that we've been able to, again, see those receivers get involved in the game. And that's just going to open things up for the running game and allow that offensive line to get even more push.
And those outside receivers are the guys who are a threat to go 60 yards and score, more so than running backs in this situation.
1st and 10, Roth out to Pitchford again. Pitchford trying to make a man miss, and he's going to be wrapped up and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, maybe a half yard.
Now again, they try to go back to the same play.
We've got geese on the field. Look at this.
And those are not geese.
Not geese. Those are the sandhill cranes.
A couple of sandhill cranes getting in on the action.
Ribeye in the sky is what they're called in Texas. They're actually you're allowed to hunt them and eat them.
Get out.
No, it's true. Ribeye in the sky. Their meat looks very much like beef.
I just have a hard time, like, even imagining anybody hunting a sandhill crane.
They do it in other states. They're protected in Florida, but not all other states. I believe they hunt them in
And Roth, he's looking deep, and he got Matt contact down the field, but that ball probably a little bit overthrown, and no flag on the play, but there was definitely contact by John Keane. Palmetto looking for a flag, but again,
there was a little bump, but it was incidental. And it didn't affect him from going to the ball, I don't think. There is no rule about an uncatchable ball in high school. So really
that should be
shot.
3rd down, not 2nd down again.
Well, it's just, they roll. There we go.
There we got it changed. So 3rd down, and he lost a half a yard earlier, so that's going to be a little bit more than 10, almost 11 yards to go for the Tigers as they sit just inside Bulls territory.
And they might be in 2-down territory here because they haven't been across the 50 very much if they get close to the 1st down here.
But they've got to get a chunk of something here. But Roth is going for it all again. He's got Matt, and Simeon Matt with the catch inside the 5. Touchdown, Palmetto. Wow.
What a perfect throw by Jackson Roth. Outside shoulder, just
dropped it in the bucket.
Yes, and great catch by Matt, following the ball in to his outside shoulder and then carrying the defender into the great coverage. I mean, sometimes when you're on defense, you tip your hat. It's like striking out in baseball. Sometimes you just tip your hat to the other team and say, wow, that's a great play. I mean, the defense was in perfect position. I think it was Keane running right with him, literally in contact with him. The ball could not have been thrown any better, or the catch could not have been any better.
And it's almost like, okay, we didn't get it on the play before on 2nd down. Let's just go ahead and let's just do this again.
Palmetto's 3-0, but they have had some struggles in the kicking game. Some missed extra points and penalties on kicks, as we've seen. So
Bunts.
Here. That's a good one.
Bunts puts it through to tie this ball game. Start 38. Oh, 20 is Bunts.
No, yeah, that's 30.
It's 30?
Yeah.
Your score, Parrish 97, Palmetto 7.
Liam Harrell.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, he'll handle the kickoffs and
we got another look at that right there. It was Keane in coverage, but man, what a great adjustment on that ball too.
Yeah, great adjustment by the receiver. Those two guys, Pitchford and Matt, you've got to get them the ball. I was kind of surprised in the 1st quarter we went through probably 14, 15 minutes of football without either one of those guys touching the ball.
And it wasn't until that drive, and then we see 3 catches by receivers for big yardage.
Yeah, and you've got to, that's their base of their running attack is those screens to the receivers. And once you start doing that, the defenders start coming up a little bit, then you can run a post by them or run a vertical by them. And that's what I think happened there. They threw a couple of screens right before that, and that kind of brings the defense up a little bit.
Well, Keene had that tight coverage. I mean, it took a perfect throw by Roth.
Like I said, couldn't have played it any better. Sometimes you just tip your hat, and the other team makes a great play. We got a great game here, 7-7. Good crowd. Daniel Bradshaw, the principal of Parrish, expecting the biggest crowd in Parrish history. It says it's the first time they've ever brought visiting teams brought a band. So this is a great atmosphere tonight. That's a short kick. Keene again.
Keene at the 20. And Keene's got a full steam behind him, and he's going to get that ball out to the 41, 42-yard line.
This is another one of those face masks that Palmetto's kicking team's been doing all night. Got a flag. We don't know what it is yet. We're waiting on it. Use it against.
Some officials huddle up just past the 40-yard line.
Usually on kicks are on the returning team, but tonight they're getting
exactly
face mask on the coverage team.
Something you didn't expect. Blocking the back that time. It didn't. Indeed, it finally goes the way we thought it would. And that ball's going to go back just outside the 30-yard line, where Parrish is going to begin first down and 10 with with Bryson Volts in that offense.
Great return by Keene there, catching the ball moving forward, which is key for a kick returner, and getting upfield. A lot of kids you see dancing around, and he's got a really high football IQ. Grandfather is Steve Hastings, a longtime Palmetto coach.
We talked to him before the game.
Yeah. Keene family and Hastings are right down in front of the press box.
And Edwards off the right side.
Good hole.
Jermaine Edwards still on his feet. Jermaine Edwards wiggles his way past that first down marker. He should have 10 unless he stepped out of bounds.
I think he's marking right at the line, so I think he's short of the first down. This will be 2nd and 1. This would be a great down for Ed Volz. Yeah, for Ed Volz to take a shot, maybe a play action, and take a shot somewhere or a trick play or something, knowing you can come back on 3rd and 1 and be confident you can run the ball tonight and get a first down.
Especially when you're at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, good field position. Good time to try to get momentum back. It's a big drive for Parrish. Palmetto got a lot of momentum back in that last big play.
Gibson in motion. Puts 2 receivers at the top of your screen. Carell at the bottom. That's Edwards. They're just going to hammer that ball, and Edwards makes one man miss. Nice.
Nice got hit about 2 yards deep in the backfield. He's able to bounce off of him and get the first down and get a 5-7-yard gain there. Great run by Jermaine Edwards.
Not a big running back by any stretch of the imagination, but
no, he's got a low center of gravity though. He runs hard. I like him. He's kind of their Christian McCaffrey. He's one of their leading. He's a leading receiver and rusher. He's do everything.
5'7", 160 for Jermaine Edwards. First down for the Bulls at the 45-yard line. No motion that time.
Taking the
as
shot.
Volts is going to take that shot now on first down and 10.
They're going to be roughing the passer here, I think.
You got a flag down in that area.
It's either holding by the offensive line or roughing.
Personal foul.
And that's another penalty on Palmetto and another first down via the penalty.
Boy, Coach Arcady's defense.
I didn't see who hit him there. There was some confusion with Parrish. The receivers all stopped. It was a stop route, and the Bulls thought they were going long and threw a deep ball. First down there. So instead of 2nd and 10, it's going to be first and 10 in from in Palmetto territory with the penalty again. It's just undisciplined football there.
That penalty is going to put the ball all the way inside the Palmetto 40-yard line, just outside the Palmetto 40-yard line.
It's right on the 40.
First down for the Bulls.
Nose might be touching. Yes.
Parrish finally gets a break in the officiating category. If it was a break, I didn't see the foul. But at least got the call right if it was. Which, earlier in this game, Parrish was on the short end of a lot of decisions from the period.
Maxwell off the right side. And he's going to be brought down after a pickup of a few yards. Maybe 4 or 5 yards on that pickup. And we've got a little bit of action going over there on that Palmetto sideline.
It's a little chippy down there.
We've got a flag now flying out of that mass of bodies as well. This is going to be an unsportsmanlike call. Let's see if it's offsetting or against one team. Boy, you saw a couple of the guys from the Tigers over there kind of standing over Maxwell. You wonder if that's what the call is.
The white hats coming in. We'll see what the call is here. There's a lot of talking going back and forth on sportsmanlike.
It's unsportsmanlike, and it's going to go against the Bulls.
Unsportsmanlike conduct assessed against the Bulls.
So Parrish finally hit with a 15-yard penalty after several by the Tigers. That's going to push them back across the midfield stripe.
We may see our first ejections the way things are going. All the unsportsmanlike penalties. It only takes 2.
They're going to keep track.
Yeah.
Like, actually, no, you're worse.
No, keep track of it now. It's true. You never know.
Way more than that. But she doesn't like it bad.
So a second down and 20. So that unsportsmanlike conduct, putting the ball at the 50, or it should be the 45.
If it goes from the location, if it was a dead ball, it should have gone from where the play ended.
Yes.
Which was about the 35, so it should be on the...
Because it's a dead ball foul.
Yeah, that's why it's right. It's 50.
So we got 5 yards of the carry, so there you go. That's right. So they got it right.
They got it right, yeah. We give them credit. Great job by the officials.
Bolts calls for it.
Oh, he's got blocking,
carry off
a big
that left
hole
side.
outside to the left.
Lots of room for Jermaine Edwards, and Edwards makes a man miss. Jermaine Edwards down to the 31-yard line. Nice pickup by number 3.
They had the end blocked in there, had him sealed. They pulled those big linemen around. It was off to the races for Jermaine Edwards.
17 yards on the carry. 3rd down.
That ball's down to the 33-yard line. It's going to be
tackled by Joe Hills there. We haven't called his name much. He's been one of the leading tacklers and has an interception this year. He's been a real good player. His dad, Joe Hills, was a wide receiver at Palmetto and South Carolina.
One of the best Tigers in program history.
Yeah. He's been playing real well. We haven't called him much tonight.
We've got both Maxwell and Edwards in this game, and that's going to go to Edwards. Jermaine Edwards left side again. Lots of room. First down for the Bulls.
Jermaine Edwards again on the left side.
As that ball is pushed inside the 30-yard line, and the Parrish Community Bulls are on the move.
Keon Maxwell's helmet came off. He's coming out. Your helmet comes off, and it's not because of a penalty. You have to come out for one play. Good job by the offensive line there, and a good scheme there by Parrish to pin the end and get the running back outside, or just a pin and pull concept it looked like.
So from the 20
in the wing there.
And we've got a stoppage down on the field.
And Palmetto calls timeout there.
3:31 to go in the second quarter in a tied ball game.
I think the Palmetto feels like that there's 2 plays in a row with the same play, and you need to get that corrected.
A little tighter than you thought coming to this one, Coach?
Oh, much tighter. Much tighter. I really, since Palmetto had played tougher competition, this is definitely a step up for Parrish, but they've been up to the challenge for sure. We got the Sandhill Cranes working their way back onto the field.
Creeping back around.
I think they want to get in on the action here.
The Cranes at the 40-yard line and moving slowly across.
He could go all the way.
And they pick up speed.
He's at the 45, the 50.
They seem interested in what's going on the field. It's like they want a good seat for the action.
Yeah, and it's...
Maybe it's the stripes on the referee.
They can be aggressive if you get near them, too, so it'll be interesting. Working on the golf course, I know that.
Well, I got to say, it's the Sandhill Cranes that are initiating contact here. As the referees look like they're going to confront.
They may throw a flag on them.
And you got two zebras chasing two cranes.
All of a sudden, we're watching National Geographic. I thought we came to a football game and National Geographic special drove by.
Now, if those guys think that the cranes are done, they're mistaken.
They're coming back. If somebody doesn't go out there and actually get them off the premises, they're going to keep coming back. They must have seeded the field recently, and the cranes are out there.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to try to get any ribeye in the sky here. I don't think this is Texas.
No, this is Parrish, though. You never know. I live in Parrish.
There they go. Yeah, the sandhill cranes are beloved out here. Well, all right, by many people.
Yeah. If they're not tearing up your yard, maybe.
We don't have them in the west part of the cabin.
Oh, out west? Where you live out west? Yeah. All right, they're leaving.
Slowly. As the game is still paused and all the players, the referees, are looking at those sandhill cranes as they make their way into the end zone. I got a feeling they'll be back.
I have a feeling that's not the last of the cranes. Parrish may have to change their nickname. Or Bulls to the sandhill cranes.
That doesn't really do it.
You have a real...
Jermaine Edwards with a nice wiggle move at the line of scrimmage to get past that initial wave of tacklers and get something positive when it didn't look like there was anything there. So a nice run by Jermaine Edwards on first down.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to get stopped for no gain or maybe a loss, and he didn't get two out of it.
We've got another timeout on the field. Referee's time.
Injured Palmetto player. Can't see the number.
It's a big body down there, and talk about big bodies. I don't want to call out anybody's name who might
90?
be injured, but that'll be Cameron Kennedy.
I can't see if that's 90 or not.
I believe it is. 5'9", 250. That looks about a 5'9", 250 type guy. He's walking off on his own power with no limp, along with those Palmetto trainers, so Kennedy looks to be good to go. 8 tackles, 3 for a loss on the season for Cameron Kennedy, junior defensive tackle. And the Sandhill Cranes have not left the end zone yet. They're still sitting there in front of the marching band.
Right into the jumping pit over in the sand. Sandhill. 3:11 left in the half here, and we got this is a big possession right here. 2nd and 8 for both teams. You know, Parrish can go up at halftime. Palmetto needs to try to stop him.
Gibson in motion again. Edwards tries to cut it back to the right. Nice job cutting that back across the field and picking up positive yards out near that first down marker.
Great run by Edwards. That was designed to go left. He saw the big hole back to his right. He stuck his foot in the ground and cut it back.
It looks like he got it beyond the yard to gain for the first down. It's going to be first down. Not quite goal to go. That ball spotted at the 11-yard line, 12-yard line maybe. Hard to see in this window.
Yeah, I think it's 12. We got to play it down now for, looks like another Palmetto player. Cramping up maybe.
Once again,
the way he's putting his leg up straight.
They have been on the field quite a bit here tonight in this first half.
The defense has been on the field.
Behind the visitor bleachers, license plate.
It's the second time in 3 plays that defensive tackle or lineman has gone down. That's not good.
Thank you.
Coach Matt Brazelton getting out there talking to his guys. They need a stand, Palmetto does. With that ball at the 12-yard line, first down to go, and 2:35 remaining in the opening half. This is a big drive for both teams, as you said, Coach.
It's like number 10.
Autry Walker, defensive tackle, who was probably in there to replace Kennedy.
I think Autry played last year. I think he was a part-time starter last year, I believe. So he gets a lot of playing time. Looks like he was cramping up when he was walking off the field, and Morgan trying to get some Gatorade. And we would have had pickle juice for him back when I was coaching. Gets rid of the cramps.
And induces vomiting at the same time.
Yeah, that's great. Good stuff. There's the Sally play, double handoff.
And that's going to go to Maxwell, and he's bottled up after a pickup of a couple yards on that left side.
Really good play by Bridson. 41, nice play.
And they're going to mark him really at the line of scrimmage, no gain. It's hard to tell with that tent over there. Let's take another look at this. Great job by the camera operators out on the field. So no gain on the play. Ball still at the 12-yard line.
And that's a misdirection where they hand off and then hand off again inside, going back the other way. Once again, Ed Vols, the offensive coordinator for Parrish, trying to use a lot of misdirection to take advantage of Palmetto's aggressiveness.
And we got maybe offsides here, right there. Ameren coming across.
Another thing you do with aggressive teams is go hard counts and get some free yards in. That's huge.
It absolutely is.
Instead of 3rd and 10, now it's 3rd and 5, and Parrish wants they can run it here, and they don't get it. Or repeat second downs.
And the clock now at 1:38 and counting as well. So Parrish doing an excellent job of not just matriculating that ball downfield, but burning clock.
Yep.
And that time Maxwell plows ahead down to the 2-yard line. A nice run on 2nd down.
It's going to be close to a first down. I might have to measure.
It's right there near the first down marker, but a little bit short is what they're saying. Well, what do we got there?
It's at 3rd and 1, 3rd and inches.
And now inside of a minute, 3rd down and less than a yard to go for this Bulls offense. They don't need a touchdown here. They can get a first down with 43 seconds and counting. And timeouts in their pocket. That's almost a tackle in the backfield. And it looks like right at that marker.
You should have the first down there. No, that was signaling 4th down.
Jermaine Edwards, and boy, it looked like he got past the sticks on that one, but that second effort did not get him a first down. So you got 4th down here, Coach. 26 seconds left to go in the half.
I'm putting Tomlinson out there and go up 10-7 halftime.
It's a big call right now. Remember, they don't need a touchdown here. Even though there's 26 seconds left. This is a tough call. I'm going for this. I'm just going for it. I can't kick a field goal with inches to go. Not. And I said the same thing last night watching that Dolphins game, and I was like, all right, if I'm the Miami Dolphins, I go for it here on 4th down. They didn't get it, and that was the last they tasted of any chance to actually win that game. So it's a gamble.
It all depends on. It all depends on your confidence as a play caller, what you're doing,
and how well that offensive line has been playing to this point.
They've been playing well.
They got to have the push.
They haven't had many runs that were losses, so you have a pretty high percentage chance of getting it on 4th and inches.
And indeed, Bryson Volt going back into that game along with Jermaine Edwards.
But if you do, you got to put. They're trying to change the clock.
You got John Keenan there on offense as well.
Apparently the time on the clock is not accurate. The ref was trying to get that changed. It's not 26-9. It's signaling something else.
They had an entire timeout to address that clock situation.
Did Parrish call a timeout there, or was that just an official's timeout?
I thought it was a Parrish timeout with that clock ticking away.
So they have one left now, or no, they have none left?
Yeah, you don't usually get an official's timeout in that kind of situation to benefit.
So if you get the first down but don't score here, you got to hurry up.
So here we go, 4th down and inches. Edwards on the carry. Jermaine Edwards spins his way past the first down marker. The Parrish Bulls want a touchdown, and they got it.
He got hit hard, spun around, and they got second effort.
5'7", 160. Jermaine Edwards, you've got to give him credit. The Tiger defense had him stopped, and he spun out of it. Not only a first down, but a touchdown.
And that was a great run. He got hit right in the hole. Looked like he wasn't going to make it. He spun off of it. The second effort got in the end zone. And gutsy call there, going for it. Like I said, if you get the first down but don't score, the clock will stop till the ball's set. But then you got to have a play call to be ready to go. But they won't have to worry about that now.
Oh, and Tomlinson gets that extra point up, and it's good.
They're going to halftime up 14-7 against the leaders in the district.
We still got 26.3 seconds left on the clock. I don't know if they changed it before that snap. It was 26-9, obviously.
Well, they were trying to get the clock operator to change it to 34. It looked like they were signaling 3-4 or 3-5. So maybe it was really.
And that's
35.
about what you would expect then for that time to run off to get to 26.
Yeah, that might be it.
So Palmetto with no time really to do a lot on offense.
Parrish Community 14.
No, they gotta try to get a good return here.
Didn't Parrish get that ball first?
Maybe take a shot. I think so. I think Parrish had the ball first.
Again, trusting my brain, but we both believe. So therefore, the odds of that being true have just exponentially increased.
Or it's just slightly better than 0.
But we're both old.
Yes. So you're saying we got a chance?
Well, I'm just thinking if Palmetto here, if they get that ball first here in the second half, you just take a knee right here. Whatever you can get on the return, obviously.
If I get a return out to the 50, something like that, then I'm going to take a shot, with a couple of seconds left. Especially with the receivers that they have, the speed that they have.
And the arm that Roth has shown, especially the accuracy on that deep ball.
You might get an interference call, get 15 yards more, try a field goal or something,
Tomlinson's going to boot that thing away, a low kick into the end zone. That's not going to be returnable.
That's two.
So Carter's going to have to.
Zone for Tomlinson. That's a great weapon to have in high school. Kick it in the end zone, not have to worry about covering it. Especially when you're playing a team that has a lot of speed and a lot of good athletes. It eliminates those kick returns.
They can start at the 20 every time. And so with 26.3 seconds left to go in the opening half, no time running out with that touchback. Palmetto not really set up shop in very good field position to get anything done here. Let's see if they do elect to take a shot or if they just down it. We'll be able to tell by their offensive line splits more than likely.
I would probably run a screen here on the first play and see if I pop it something safe and see if you pop it for a good gain. If so, then you can hurry up, use your timeout, hurry up offense.
They're spread out. You've got 4 wide receivers in the game, 3 to the bottom of your screen, 1 at the top. So they're showing that they're going to go for this, but they hand that ball off to see if they get a little bit of chunk yards here. They do not.
Yeah, I would just let it run out now if that's the case. Obviously, you weren't going to try to get anything with the handoff there.
Yeah, Palmetto with a couple of fumbles in that first half. The last thing that you want to do there is turn that ball over. Down 7 in field goal range for your opponent. And that clock burning down all the way 3, 2, and 1. And that's going to do it for your first half score. From Parrish Community High School, it's the Bulls 14, and it's the Tigers 7 in a critical early Class 6A District 11 matchup between these two undefeated schools. So stay tuned for some halftime entertainment between the Tiger and Marching Bulls bands, and we'll be back after that.
I watched some film on these games. They were finding holes, they were getting the runners on, and they were scoring the runners. So if you stick to that plan, should be able to get some damage done.
Larry Chen! Yeah, I didn't see him. I know his voice. Larry Chen! Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god, Larry Chen. I got a picture? Yes. I got a picture. I get a picture.
Drum Major Lauren Gomez, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Tiger Regiment Marching Band.
No, you're gonna like a ring! No, I don't! I got it!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the track for your very own Bluebell Dance Team. Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the field. Parrish, Band Halftime Show. The band is under the direction of Mr. Ron Lambert. Staff members include Michael Kowalik, Ryan Harris, Lisa Leva, Landon Nickel, John Devico, Esteban Moret Ramirez, Evan Boothering, Maddie McCoy, Brian McCoy, Grace Hagopia, Kenzie Beck, Kyla Scooby, Connor Landers, Jasmine Burton, and Jason Boone. Drum majors are Charlie Asher, Ava Close, and Levi Haley. Band captain is Jacob Pierce. Tonight, we will perform scene 1 of our 2024 competitive show, Smile, arranged by Dr. Mark Cole. We use music
The Brady Cleveland, the Larry Chen.
Part of the Parrish family. The life of a teenager can be challenging. There are days when it's tough to find the silver lining. But if we can muster just one smile, the world around us seems a little brighter. Our show is a journey through emotions and feelings that arise when the going gets tough, then morphs into a celebration of joy and gratitude. Positive energy is infectious, and it starts with us. Soloists are Leah Dushwa, Reagan Lesser, and Jack Jorgensen.
Is this on? I hope it is. Man, fuck 12. You live in Parrish, Florida. It's not my force, right? What do you mean? If I could, I'd live on O Block. Weren't you supposed to go to Brandon River? No. Let me take a picture. No.
If you let Dylan take a picture, you gotta
Drum major, is your band ready?
Should I buy a camera to take pictures? Yeah, do it. How much was that? This is 900. I usually have an adapter, it's 200, and then the lens I usually have on here is 600 new, but I got 200.
Pride of Parrish Marching Band, the field is yours for a special performance of Smile.
Can I talk on this? Hello? Palmetto High School. She goes to every single school. All of them. Not all of them. Dr. Pepper.
Oh my gosh.
What the hell is this shit, bro? That would be so fucking embarrassing. I just don't want to. Okay. You're gonna fall. Everyone give us his number.
Thank you, everybody, for that excellent halftime entertainment. If you haven't already done so, there is amazing treats and snacks down at both concession stands this evening. Get something to eat, fill up your belly, because we're going to have a rock and rolling second half.
Yeah, they have performed first already. I got a video.
And here come your Bulls.
You want to turn the lights on? How's that? Perfect. We don't need to look out the window now. All right, welcome back to Parrish Community High School. Your score from Parrish is 14-7. It's all Bulls over the Tigers of Palmetto. And we saw a little bit of a back and forth game with Parrish jumping out on top first and then Palmetto tying it up. But Parrish with a nice long drive to end that first half, Coach. And they take that 7-point lead into halftime. They've looked impressive.
Yeah, Parrish has been aggressive on offense and defense, and they've outplayed Palmetto for the first half, and the score indicates that. Palmetto really had the big play to Simeon Matt, perfect throw from Jackson Roth, but Parrish had some more drives, forced a couple of turnovers, so we should have a great second half. Palmetto's getting the ball first. We'll see if they can get back in this game. And it's a lot better than the running clocks we've had in the first 2 weeks.
Indeed, we've got a little bit of excitement in the district matchup here, 6A District 11. And Palmetto, they've got to be looking at this game like they've shot themselves in the foot a little bit, making mistakes, penalties, turnovers. So they're going to be looking to get things going here as we get ready for this second half. And that kickoff's going to be fielded by the Tigers, and Carter is going to be out past the 20-yard line. Nice move to the outside for Maurice Carter to get that ball out past the 25-yard line.
We'll see what Palmetto does offensively here if they try to get those playmakers involved earlier than they did in the first half. It looks like we got a flag already.
Wow, so, if that's on Palmetto, then, we just spoke about the mistakes and the self-inflicted wounds.
No, the refs were just changing the ball there.
Well, that's good, and maybe there's more than just
actually,
the Tigers.
There is now a personal foul on Parrish. Like we said, very chippy game. There's a lot of emotion in this game.
And again, big penalties, a lot of unsportsmanlike personal fouls, face masks. I mean, there's been half a dozen 15-yarders in this game.
Started before the kickoff, even before the kick, there was
which was called offsetting, and I don't think Parrish was too happy about that offsetting call.
No, their players, they felt like were just responding to Palmetto, who was on the field and came over by their sideline. The referee, I guess, told them that they started mouthing back to him too. But I think that's kind of.
So the Tigers going to start off in excellent field position at the 46-yard line to begin this drive. And we've got Bridson behind Roth, and it's going to be Bridson. And Quest Bridson spins, but he's going to be brought down after a pickup of maybe 3 yards. Just shy of midfield. And we talked about that Palmetto offensive line. You got fresh bodies on both sides coming out of the half right now. But midway through that first half, we started to see the Palmetto offensive line slowly begin to assert their size and their advantage up front. Let's see if they can get back to that. Second down and 7. And that faked a yard, and it's going to be Carter with a quick out. And Maurice Carter out past the first down marker, and that's going to be good enough for a Palmetto first down.
Yeah, they ran out trips there and ran a bubble to the inside guy. Had 2 outside receivers, good job blocking there.
And so the Tigers do pick up that initial first down, and they are on the move now inside of Parrish territory at the 42-yard line.
Luther, a tight end, split out there, was the middle guy, got a good block to spring him. And that's kind of, like I said, that's been their bread and butter this year. When you watch film, that's been one of their offense, really, is those outside guys getting the ball and making big plays. And now they're in the same formation, the wide side of the field again.
Yard with a handoff, tries that left side. And Yard with a nice move to get to the outside. And Trez Yard with a big pickup to get that ball inside the 25-yard line. Let's see where they spot this.
Helmet on the field, he'll have to go out. And that is Gage Cameron, 0. Their best defensive player. His helmet popped off there.
And that might be the best pickup of the evening for Tez Yard.
Yeah, I think it definitely was. There was a good hole there, and made a nice cut to the outside to get extra yardage. Cameron will have to stay out one play since his helmet come off. I'm sure he'll be right back in there after this play.
From the 23, Roth Going to hand that ball back out.
They attack inside there, running off tackle. He turns it up and gets about 5 yards.
So that's Bridson this time on the carry for the Tigers. And again, that offensive line making things happen. Big chunk yards that time, 6 in the pickup, 4 down to go for the next first down.
2nd and 4 here. Down in the red zone, we'll see what Coach Sanders wants to maybe take a shot with one of his receivers here and fade. And looks like they're down the bottom here, they're playing a little softer.
From the 17, we got a little bit of movement. You talked about Ace Luther, and there he is.
Sophomore, yeah. Sophomore mistake there. And that's 2nd and 4 in the red zone, and everything's going good, and then you kill the momentum with a penalty.
And those penalties hurt Palmetto in that first half, along with the turnover. We talked about the self-inflicted wounds.
Multiple face masks, multiple unsportsmanlike conducts.
And here they are
2
again,
fumbles.
marching down in the opening possession, and every penalty hurts, even those of the 5-yard variety. Second down and 9.
After they see the defensive alignment.
And here we go. Yep, they're going to have to.
Time there, they had to call timeout.
We don't have a play clock to look at here at Parrish.
No, the back judge will put his hand up when it's down to 5 seconds and count it off. As soon as his hand went up, they called timeout. And I don't think they had got to play into everybody anyway.
And in a game that you're down by a touchdown, the last thing you want to do on the opening drive of the third quarter is call a timeout.
And that's 2 mistakes in the red zone there. They got a penalty and then having to call a timeout, waste a timeout on the first drive of the second half. When you're down is not a good idea.
Never is.
We do have some rain coming down now. That could prove to be a factor later on. You see the ref covering the ball with his towel during timeouts. So that ball may start to get a little more slippery. That could be a factor as the game goes on.
As long as there's no lightning.
Correct. For us, since we're indoors.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, we're not going to get wet either. We're not going to get struck by lightning. Well, let's keep the fingers crossed. But we don't want the game unnecessarily delayed either. This is a district matchup, 7-point ball game. Roth. He'll throw to the outside. And he's got Pitchford. And Pitchford's going to be brought down.
3 yards, 4 yards there.
3 is here, Pitchford.
It'll be 3rd down.
Here's another look at it.
Earlier I was more conservative, but I would say right here, if you don't get this, if you get half of it, I'm going for it on 4th down.
And John King with a nice aggressive tackle.
Yeah, he was playing soft on that, by design, and he reacted up on the ball quick and made the play.
Grandpa Steve Hastings loving that down there in the stands.
Yeah, he's playing a really good game.
3rd down at 6. Roth to throw, looks over the middle, got a man, and it's Carter in the end zone. Touchdown, Palmetto. Nice grab by the running back / receiver Maurice Carter.
Yeah, Maurice Carter, Mo Carter. Good ball by Jackson Roth on the play action there.
I thought it might have been a little bit low, but Carter made a nice adjustment on that ball, went down and got it.
Yep.
Snatched it off the turf.
Like
Liam Harold now.
They released the tight end down the middle of the field to hold the free safety, and then Carter got inside leverage on the outside on the corner. It was number 6 for Parrish. And the Parrish defense was defending him.
And there's another look at that touchdown just out of the view of the replay there to see Carter go down and get that ball. And, we'll go ahead and eschew the commercial break right now. We've got ourselves a sideline interview. Let's take it down to Lola Harris, our sideline reporter. Maybe.
Or
no, it's not. There we go.
Okay. Hi. What's your name? Lily. Okay. She's a cheerleader for Palmetto. So I have a few questions to ask you. My first one is, what's your favorite cheer or chant to perform?
My favorite cheer is Make Some Noise because I just like the motions too and it's fun to do.
And my next question is, what's it like being on the sidelines during such intense moments of the game?
it really gives you like a good rush of adrenaline, and it's really exciting just to be able to cheer for them and just cheer on the school.
How do you prepare for all your games?
For away games, I just put on my headphones and listen to music, and home games, we just hang out with my friends before and just have a good time.
Number 30, Liam Harold on the kick.
What's your favorite part about cheering at football games?
My favorite part is probably scoring, just hearing the crowd and everyone. And
that's taken by Keene, and Keene's chopped down short of the 20-yard line.
All right, well, thank you.
Outstanding tackle.
Stancil, number 0, starting defensive back, 10th grader. His dad, Butch Stancil, is the JV coach at Palmetto. Really good play there.
And that's going to force that Bulls offense now tied up with Palmetto to start off inside their own 20-yard line as you see the rain coming down here in Parrish. Just a light drizzle, but enough to get that football wet, enough to make the field just a little bit more slippery. And if you're playing defense, a little bit tougher to stay with those receivers downfield. Let's see what Parrish has got cooking here. And we've got Maxwell in the backfield behind Volts. Edwards in motion. This is going to be Maxwell trying that left side. Maxwell breaks a tackle in the backfield, breaks another tackle, and out past the 25-yard line. And Keon Maxwell with a nice run on first down.
That's just good speed by Maxwell. He's outrunning the scraping linebacker and the safety running the alley there.
And he stepped right out of that initial tackle.
Yeah, that was Paul Moore, scraped, unblocked. Really should have been a no gain if he takes a better angle maybe. But Maxwell just outruns him and makes the play. And then scraping safety.
Friday Night Lights from our
Shane Partridge, free safety came up. He scraped, same thing. A little not good. Well, if we got a replay, we can look at that on the replay. All right, here we go. Let's see it. We got the replay coming here. You see Paul Moore right here. He's going to scrape, and the safety's going to scrape. And they just take bad angles. We're going to run here. Nope, maybe not. We went back too far there.
That was our first use of the telestrator here tonight, I think. So, you know, we got to look at it. And here's Edwards on the carry, makes another man miss behind the line of scrimmage. A minimal gain, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage that time.
Good penetration by the Palmetto defense there. Could have been a loss once again. We've said a couple times tonight where Edwards is, the stats may not show how many good runs he had. That was a really good run just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And he's doing it with shiftiness as well. He's not powering his way, breaking those tackles. Again, 5'6", 5'7", 160 pounds.
And Maxwell's done it as well. Last play could have very well been a loss of 2 if he doesn't outrun the linebacker to the sideline there. And a lot of times that stuff doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but the coaches see it, the players see it. They know how good of a play that is.
And Edwards again behind Volts in the backfield. That hard count got Palmetto to jump last time. And that attempt probably forced them to call a timeout.
They started walking up to show blitz from the linebackers there in the A gap, and Parrish wanted to change the play, and they couldn't do it because of the change in. Parrish calling timeout here. Looking for we got a visitor in the booth here.
Two-time state champion softball coach from Parrish Community High School, Aaron Spivey. How you doing, Spivey? We're doing fine. We are doing fine. I don't think we had you on air there. Sorry about that. Sorry. So again, how you doing tonight, Coach Spivey? Well, your Parrish Community Bulls here tonight on the football field anyway, kind of taking it to the Tigers. Tied up right now, but this is a great game. We'll go ahead and get back to Coach Spivey here and talk a little softball action after this play. We're on our next break. 3rd down and 4.5, long 5 to go.
Third down here. If Palmetto after scoring can get a 3 and out, that would be a huge momentum swing for them to get the ball back. And conversely, if Parrish can convert this, it's a huge momentum swing.
Volts is going to throw that, whips it into coverage, and dangerous throw And that pass intended for Dom Roll, but incomplete.
Brings up fourth down.
All right, we're having a little bit of an issue with Coach Spivey's microphone, apparently. So let's try this again. All right, we've got expert technical assistance going on up here. One Aaron helping out another Aaron. Thank you, Aaron Lish. We've got Carter back deep once again. And look at the time taken here by Tomlinson.
Just gives the coverage time to get downfield. You got to catch that punt.
Yeah, and now it's going to take a backwards bounce, however.
Palmetto got a break there and bounce backwards. That very easily could have rolled 20 yards forward. Palmetto has to come after the punter. They have nobody assuring he may have been able to run for a first down on that.
That's what it looked like he was going to do to me.
I
He
think
was
it
just
entered his mind. There's nobody there.
sitting back there and allowing his cover to get downfield.
We've had 2 bad snaps tonight, and both times nobody from Palmetto came. I've never seen a punt return that passive before.
Let's get back to Coach Spivey. Talk about a couple state championships. There we go. So, Coach Spivey, you guys looking for a three-peat here? Well, again, we're having technical difficulties with Coach Spivey. We would have loved to have this conversation about softball in the middle of a football game, but however, we're not going to be able to do it. Right now as the Tigers rip off a run, Trez Yarn into Bulls territory across midfield down to the 47-yard line. We're going to keep working on this microphone because, you know, we don't have all that many state champions here in Manatee County, and we've got 2-time state championship. You know what? We just gave up Coach Conboy's microphone. Is that what we just did? All right, you know, that's sacrifice, Coach. I appreciate that. So, Coach Conboy to Coach Spivey now. Coach, talk a little bit about your softball team and what you guys got coming back this year.
We got a good group of seniors coming back, 5 of them. We've got a big young group of sophomores that played in the state championship game last year, and then we've got a nice fresh group of freshmen coming in. So we're looking really good. We're going to be young, but they're determined. They know the standard. They know we want to win a three-peat. That's what they're going for.
And for a school that's so young, you have the standard. That's amazing already when this program's history that you've been able to establish that kind of culture with your program.
I mean, it started from something very small, and just watching it grow has been one of the most remarkable things. And to see the girls like really buy into it and just have that hunger to want to keep going and keep going and keep proving themselves to everybody has just been absolutely amazing to watch.
And you made a lot of people proud across Manatee County watching you do this and build this. You know, you had pretty good success as a player from what I understand as well, and now to be able to carry that over here as a coach into this program and start something from scratch and already create a dominant program. What I want to know before we go, who is your main competition district-wise that you guys have got to look out for? That way I know when I see these matchups out there, I'm like, okay, this is a big one.
Well, we're in a new district this year because we've grown and we're a new classification, so our number 1 opponent is Palmetto.
Woo! Here we go. This is a preview right here tonight then.
Yep, they got a good team, and it's been a constant rivalry between us, between our 2 teams, and so I'm looking forward to it.
And that time, Roth has his arm hit as he's releasing that ball, and it flutters out of bounds, incomplete. So, and I don't know if you know this. I don't know if we talked softball before. You know, it's not one of my shining achievements as a coach, but I did coach girls softball at Manatee High School. Oh, yes! Back in the day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I've got a little bit of that in me. But I'm excited to talk about it with you, even in the middle of a football game. All right, so we're looking at 4th down here. That was Coach Aaron Spivey, the Parrish Community High School Bulls softball coach, 2-time defending state championship, looking for a 3rd. So, Coach, we really want to thank you for joining us. Let's get it back to the football game here, though.
Yep, have a good night, guys. Thank you.
You're awesome. From the 41-yard line, 4th down. And the Tigers going to have to punt this thing away.
I'm kind of surprised we're punting.
It's not 4th down and long. I mean, I agree, Coach. They're going to try to pin him.
Kale Bunce with a
Let's see what Bunce can do. And he's going to call for a fair catch and let that ball bounce. The Tigers have got to get on that.
Down at the 1.
And that's,
it went in the end zone.
That's just not.
Great kick, and he just couldn't down it.
Ace Luther tried to adjust his body. We talked about the rain out there. It looked like Luther may have slipped trying to move his body back, and it looked like the referee may have kind of been in the way.
Good update from Southeast. It's Lakewood Ranch 20, Southeast 8.
So an early lead by the Seminoles now evaporated, and that team we saw last week with the Lakewood Ranch Mustangs against the Braden River Pirates looking more like that team.
We're waiting for a score update from Bayshore Braden River.
I'm going to guess that it's single digits with one team that has nothing. That's.
Oh, there
we go. Speaking of, there's one team with nothing.
28-0. The Braden River offense has finally exploded.
And golly, just another. Ugh.
Nice field at Bayshore.
You know, as a Bayshore graduate, again, that's just painful. A painful spot to get that live action cut in. But thank you to our executive producer, Carl Shelton, for that painful moment.
Braden River field looking good with the alternating green every 5 yards. That looked good.
It did look good. And pretty soon, every field in Manatee County, to include the one we're at right now tonight. This will be the last field since the newest field in Manatee County, but they'll all have artificial turf.
And this playing surface is really good. It's really good quality surface. I was out there, been out on the field before the game today, and with all the rain we've had, I was shocked. It's crowned nicely. It must have good drainage. It's not soggy out on the field.
I'm surprised that it's not more green because of all the rain that we have had. That was the one thing that I looked at and I'm like, huh. Interesting. It's a patchwork camouflage of yellow and tan and green.
It's solid, healthy grass though. When you're walking on it. It doesn't look that way from down on the ground level.
Second down, 9 to go.
Oh, he dropped the ball.
And we got a ball on the ground, and Volts jumps on it back at the 15, a loss on the play.
Kind of similar to the play with Palmetto earlier in the game. He stuck the ball out, and the running back hit it as he went by here. You can see the running back goes through for the fake. It looks like he just tips the ball, and it's a dangerous tightrope on those fakes, those quick flash fakes. You got to have control of the ball as a quarterback. As a quarterback's coach, I would tell my quarterbacks when that happened, that's always your fault. You don't blame the running back. You're responsible for the ball. Bad snaps, under center, quarterback's fault. Get the ball.
And this is going to set up a third down and 15, and for the Bulls, this is a much-needed conversion.
A huge play. He's rolling out.
And Volts is looking downfield. He's got a receiver, a little bump in contact, and no flags.
Dangerous
as
throw
that ball
again.
was up for grabs.
Yeah, Camden Stansel fell off of the outside receiver and almost picked that off.
Jaden Gibson, the intended receiver, it was a heave-ho from Volts into double coverage.
Good stop for the Palmetto defense there.
Big stop.
Yeah,
now
pushed them back 5 yards now, and that could have been bigger if they had been able to pin the ball down at the 1 yard line.
And
it'll be interesting to see if Palmetto does something different on their punt return here. They've just been very passive and trying. I don't know if they're trying to set up a return or playing safe, but nobody's rushing. The punter's taking all day. We have had 2 high snaps.
This is not the spot where you want another high snap standing on your own end zone.
Nope, good snap. They came after it this time.
Here they
So at least
another nice punt into the lights, and Mo Carter with a fair catch just outside or just across midfield. So Palmetto's going to begin in Bulls territory here. Tie ball game, 14-all with 3:04 remaining in the third quarter.
They have not had very good field position.
This is the best starting field position they've had all night long.
In my memory, in your memory.
Yeah, our memory's not good. It'd be nice if we had spotters to remind us of these things, right?
That would be nice. If you want to apply.
Yeah, come on over. We'll pay you and sometimes chicken fingers and wings.
Barbecue, great barbecue. Who did you find out who provided the barbecue? Besides
Dan Bradshaw.
for Small Parrish. I mean, what establishment? I'd like to give him credit. Very good barbecue.
You know, I don't. I only told him. He only told us that his senior secretary went and got it just before kickoff. So we appreciate that work. Maybe we can find that out. We'll give him a shout out. There's a big hole there. Maxwell with a nice carry. Bridson with a nice carry.
These last
Quez Bridson with another first down for the Tigers as they now have that ball inside the 35-yard line at the 33. Waning moments.
Palmetto offensive line really starting to assert itself here and open up some big holes for the Palmetto offense. And they're looking like they have a lot more life now than they did in the first half. Part of that's better field position. It's tough to be good offense when you're starting at your own 4 or getting penalties and fumbling balls.
And first down and 10 now at the 33.
Yarn.
And Yarn with a pickup of a couple of yards. Nice job getting maybe 3.
A little jump cut in the hold, get a couple of yards, get about 3, 2nd and 7.
Bro, that nigga's on the sideline right now, bro.
And remember when we start talking about Palmetto finally moving that football in the second quarter to get on the scoreboard for the first time? They did it with a nice mix of pass and run, getting the ball to the outside receivers as well. We've seen them set this drive up, starting it off with the run. Let's see if they decide to go outside. We've got Pitchford and Matt to the bottom of your screen.
I would think they might try to throw the ball here. No, they're going to go right ahead, pounding it straight ahead.
Nice pickup again by that Tiger offense. Another hat on the ground.
Got 5 yards there.
Brightson.
It's going to be 3rd and 2 now.
Look at him. You see him lower that shoulder. Nice push by the offensive line, but a nice physical run by Britson.
Yeah, Britson's a bigger back than Yarn, but he really runs a little more upright. Kind of.
I like how he lowered that shoulder that time as soon as he got into traffic and made someone pay. So now we're looking at 3rd down and less than 2. About 2.
I'm feeling like this is 2 down territory, and I'm going to put it on my offensive line and run the ball up the middle. And
yeah, I'm running this 2 straight plays. Yeah. Exactly. Unless you're really gutsy and you want to do a little play action and go over the top. But timeout by the Tigers. Again, their second timeout of the half.
Very unusual call in timeouts. Situationally, I don't know if they took a long time getting it in or they didn't have the right personnel in for what Coach Sanders wanted to run.
It's an important down. You don't want to go to 4th down, so I understand why Coach Sanders maybe wants to get this play call right.
Yeah. But you may want those timeouts later in the game when you're a tie game.
It crawls up my spine anytime I see 2 timeouts burned in the 3rd quarter.
And the scoreboard shows that the guest has 2 left, but I believe they only have 1.
No, there's no doubt Palmetto's called 2 timeouts. We've learned not to trust the sticks, not to trust the scoreboard.
It's all fake news.
Right, and just so people know, our graphic that you see at the bottom of the screen is always plugged into the scoreboard. So if there's issues going on with the scoreboard control, then it affects what we see on our TV screen as well. But one thing that is accurate is the score, 14-14. Tigers and Bulls all tied up. 3rd down.
Palmetto comes out in double tights.
They're going to pound this ball from everything that we can see.
And the pistol, and he steps off to the right.
And it's going to be a play action. They do go over the top, nice. And they got a receiver, and a great defensive play by John Keene. And Keene knocks that ball away. A sure touchdowns in the hands of Nas Pitchford.
And that tells me they're going to go for it here, that they took that shot.
Agreed.
I would think they're going to try back, come back at the 1st down.
That's a little bit too long of a field goal.
That was a great play by Keene. Keene gave up a touchdown earlier on a great coverage. That time he got the better of him.
That ball was on the money and in the hands of Pitchford, and then Keene knocked it right out of there.
The ball was thrown on time and in the right spot, and Keene just made a really good play. Once again, sometimes your opponent makes a great play, you just got to tip your hat. They're going to throw a hitch. He overthrows him.
Way too high for Simeon Matt. And the Bulls are going to take over.
That ball
in
just
a 14-14 ball game.
Just slipped out of his hands and got out.
And that rain
big momentum change for Parrish there. Big stop inside there, deep in their own territory.
How do you like that call on 3rd down and 2 to go for it all? I mean, it was a good throw. It was there. But
I have no problem with either one of those calls, actually. They just didn't execute. The first one they executed pretty well. But the hitch, he just threw it away. The play was there. If he throws the ball down, it's 1st down. They went to a kind of a soft coverage out there, bailed from up tight to a cover 3, and could have hit the hitch there if the ball was down lower. But
I kind of like it too. The only thing that gives me pause is the rain. You know, it's things can go wrong over the middle.
That and the fact that you ran the ball so effectively on this drive that you took two plays and didn't run it once to get 2 yards. That part is kind of suspect.
And Volts pitches that ball out to Gibson. Gibson's got a little bit of room out there, but it's shut down quick by that Palmetto defense. Pickup of maybe 2 yards on the play.
Camden Stansel coming up. And seeing some corners come up and making tackles. When you see that, you tend to get tend to get the offensive coordinator thinking about a double pass or, you know, something like that, or a halfback pass where the corners are trying to get involved, especially when both teams play cover 3. If the corners are trying to get involved in the run game too, that means someone can get open.
And that's going to do it as the final seconds of the third quarter tick off the board. 3, 2, and 1, and that is going to do it. Your score from Parrish Community High School. We are tied up in a critical 6A District 11 matchup. It's 14-14, the Bulls and the Tigers, and we'll be right back. We've got some good news happening here as well, as it's 14-14 District Friday night football under the lights. Palmetto and Parrish all tied up into the fourth quarter. Second down. And 8 to go for Volts. He's going to hand that ball off to Maxwell. Maxwell off the left side. Maxwell into the secondary and getting positive yards, a pickup of 10 on that play. First down for the Bulls.
That's the same play they ran earlier in the first half where they shifted that tight end up, traded him over to that side. Palmetto's not adjusting to it. The defensive end's getting pinned. Then they're pulling the guy around, blocking the linebacker and getting... What's going on?
Down and an inch.
Third and an inch.
So they spot that ball short of the first down. Looked like he got it by a yard or two.
Except they got to get to the line. They marked it just short of it.
Hard to see where he went out of bounds all the way across the field, but nonetheless, it is third down and inches. And out of the gun. Volts hands that off to Edwards, and he's going to plow ahead for enough for a first down here. Palmetto brings 11 men up there to stop him, but Jermaine Edwards with a first down.
Good for the first down.
Take another look at this. Excellent camera work again by our student camera operators. To give them a shout out here in just a little bit.
Good hard run in there by Jermaine Edwards, sticking it in there, getting that first down.
And we talked about that all night. You know, a small guy, but he's powerful and he's shifty behind that line of scrimmage. And he's made a lot of positive plays out of negative ones.
Yeah, he's a good back. They haven't used him in the passing game much tonight that they've done in the past. That may be coming. There's the shift I was talking about. They've been able to pin and run outside, and that's what they do.
And Edwards is going to be brought down in the backfield. Outstanding penetration that time. Arthur Ameren, the senior defensive end, in there to make the stop behind the line.
He got vertical when they tried to pin him, or tried to reach him, and got upfield and made the play.
And that's one of the few times that we've seen Edwards go down in the backfield, but he was pursued that time.
Yeah, that was a great play.
Not able to get out of it.
Getting penetration and getting way upfield, 7 yards deep in the backfield and make that tackle.
So we're looking at now a loss of about 7 yards on that play. Second down and 17. Ball just across 30 Volts. Looking to throw. He's got a screen, and Maxwell, the one-handed grab, breaks a tackle, and Maxwell out of bounds after a short pickup. That looked like a one-handed grab off the screen in traffic. If it was impressive.
Yeah, it was a good play by Paul Moore. Read it, was there. He's the one he broke out of the tackle, but he drove him back about 5 yards before he broke the tackle. So when he got away, he only ended up gaining about 2 yards. Really good play, and then Palmetto defense rallied to the ball and made the play.
And it's still third down and a long way to go for the second consecutive drive for the Bulls. They face a third and very long conversion.
I'd say the rain is let up here. There doesn't seem to be any rain right now, so
just
that
a
should not be a
slight mist
factor.
of that. And Vols is going to flip that again on the end around. And that's Edwards. Edwards tries that right side, hops over a attempted tackle. He's going to be short of that first down by about 5 yards.
That's that play we've seen earlier where the quarterback sprinting out and kind of just flips it in front of him to Edwards on kind of a reverse, I guess you could call it.
End around, maybe.
End around, but
I was, reverse where the ball's going one way and then it goes back the other way.
Well, it was going one way. The quarterback was taking it to the left and flipped it back to the right.
Fair.
Usually reverses handoff behind. They're just doing it in front, which is, to me, is a really good play.
And Mo Carter.
It actually goes down as a forward pass on the stats. So.
Back deep to receive the punt.
He has not returned a punt yet tonight, I don't think.
He's let a couple of them bounce right in front of him.
He's let most of them bounce. He fair caught the last one. Who called timeout? Palmetto uses their last timeout on punt return.
No.
In a tie game. You cannot do that. Well, we think it's their last timeout. The scoreboard still says they have one.
If they call this timeout, that is their third timeout.
Well,
so we'll have to wait to see, but I didn't see the signal. Did you see them signal timeout, Palmetto?
I did see the white hat point towards Palmetto.
Well, then that is their third timeout. 8:10 to go in the ball game. Tied up 14 all, and Palmetto without timeouts. That's tough.
I don't know if they didn't have enough guys out there or they just wanted to make sure to watch for fakes. You know, they are around midfield. Teams like to try to run fakes when they're out there. It's 4th and 5.
Well, it would seem that they've called then 2 timeouts as a direct result of mistakes and one to avoid a mistake as time was ticking down and they wanted to get that third call.
You want to be able
right.
to use your timeouts to stop the clock. That's what they're designed for.
Especially in a tight game.
You don't want to have to organize yourself during a time. That's not what it's supposed to be about.
And back to action. 8:10 left to go in the ball game. 14 to 14.
They got to watch the
score.
ball here and not jump off sides, which they didn't. And Tomlinson
again takes his time, no rush.
And
Carter just turns his back as that ball sails out of bounds. And let's see where they mark this off. It could be as far as that 35, if not further.
I think it's about the 35, 36-yard line. The ref's walking up the line right
there.
Whoa,
he's
32.
stopping at the 32-yard line, and that's where Parrish will take over. Let's bring it down to the sidelines for another sideline interview.
Hi, my name is Kaylin DeVito, and I'm here with Juliana, one of our PCHS Bluebells senior cheer captains. And I'm just going to ask you a few questions today. So, what is one thing you do right before a game to just prepare yourself?
I would say that I jam out to music in my room right before a game and then send a motivational and energetic message to my dance girls.
Love it. What's your favorite dance you do?
My favorite dance
hands
that we
that
do
ball
is our
off the
kick,
yarn
but you
off
guys
the
haven't
right
seen that
side.
yet, so
Trez
stay
Yarn
tuned.
past the first down sticks and near
one thing about
midfield.
being
And
on
an
the sideline
outstanding
during
run
such an
first
intense
down
game like
by
this
the
that you
Tigers and
love?
Trez Yarn.
It creates more excitement.
And thank you, Caitlin DeVito. We appreciate that other information down there with the sideline with the cheerleaders. So Palmetto, once again, here we are on the move. A big chunk of yards on first down at midfield. 14-14 ball game. 7:44 to go.
It's like a heavyweight fight. Both guys trading punches.
And you wouldn't want anything else other than this for the first ever matchup between Palmetto and Parrish, and it's a district matchup to boot.
Well, Coach Spivey mentioned their competitor in Palmetto was their big competitor in softball as well. The two teams battle in baseball. It's going to be really good rivalry through the years between Palmetto and Parrish.
And they're schools that are only 12 miles apart. As that time he's wrapped up in the backfield, a loss on the play.
Number 9 for Parrish, making a good play there.
Ashton Springfield, defensive end.
Springfield. They ran power there. He came off his block and made a big tackle for a loss, for a 2-yard loss. TFL.
His brother started on the defensive line for the Bulls last year, Dustin Springfield. So
I think Ashton started as well last year.
I believe they were both in there. I don't know.
They both played at least when they did their game. 2nd and 12 here. Palmetto now behind the sticks.
And Roth looks to get the play from Coach Sanders on the sideline. The Parrish crowd going as a high snap, and they're going wild over here as that ball's handed off to Quez Brinson. And Brinson a pickup of a couple of yards, maybe 3 on the play.
I think he got about 5. 4 to 5. It's going to be 3rd and 7 or
3rd and 7, excuse me. Yeah, 7 yards to go for the first down. There was a loss on that play.
2-yard loss before that.
I failed to take that into consideration, Coach.
Both teams trading blows here. This is great entertainment.
3rd and 7, inside of Bulls territory. Roth, he's looking deep. He's got a man wide open on the sideline, and it bounces off of Simeon Matt's hands.
It looked like it hit him right in the face, man.
It looked like it hit him right off his chest plate.
Yeah. Great ball. Good read, hit the right guy. And
well, Jackson Roth has been impressive with his deep balls. He's had one knocked away for a sure touchdown, and that one dropped. And here's another look at it.
Here it is again. And he's running open.
Ooh, that defender did get over there a little bit to kind of get in the way.
Maybe distract him. I don't think he hit the ball though. It looked like it just was dropped.
And Matt was going to the ground a little bit as that defender started to come over, but nonetheless, it's incomplete, and Palmetto's going to have to punt this ball away.
It was the same play basically that they scored on. Matt made a great play. Good punt by Bunce down in the corner.
And a nice bounce. That ball trickles down towards the goal line and is going to be blown dead around the 2. So that's an outstanding punt. Remember earlier in the game, in this quarter, in the 3rd quarter, he had one very similar that they couldn't keep out of the end zone. This time they do.
Yeah, Cale Bunce might be the best pickup for Palmetto this year.
He just signed this, or came out this week, you said, didn't he?
Last week, 2 weeks ago. He played his freshman year, did not play sophomore or junior year. He's a senior. Like I said, weightlifter is his primary sport. And apparently he used to be a punter, and he was telling Coach Sanders that. And Coach Sanders, I guess, saw him kicking a ball at PE or something. And Chance Shophocker snapping on punts tonight. He's done a great job. Baseball player who came out around the same time. Both seniors hadn't played football and thought, well, let's give it a shot. So really turned out well for Palmetto.
You see Coach Matt Arcady out there talking with his defenses. They've got the Bulls pinned back inside the 5-yard line.
That ball's
going to be right at the 5-yard line. It looks from here.
5:36 for left in the game. Parrish is deep in their own territory. They got to at least get a couple of first downs.
That's going to be a handoff to Edwards, and he's going to be swarmed by that Tiger defense. Pushed back in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss on the play.
About the 1 yard line.
Let's see where they mark that.
I'm looking at the ref on the far side.
Wow.
Looks like the 1.5, maybe the 2.
A loss of almost 4 yards.
They moved
as
the
we
yard
take a look at
markers.
this.
They just moved the yard markers. Now they don't know where they were. The first down marker should have stayed where it was. They have no idea what they're doing.
And that was Maxwell, not Edwards, on that carry.
Okay, they're getting it straight with the chain now.
And they've got that ball spotted, though, right about the 2 yard line. It looks like at the 1 from here.
I'd say it's about the 1.5, 1 yard line. Shotgun snap. Oh,
and we've got a receiver
offsides.
taking off just a little bit offsides.
That's not much of a penalty.
Well, now, 12 yards downfield before the ball snapped.
They may say it was both of them, though, because there was a Palmetto guy that moved in the middle, too. I don't know if he broke the plane.
Well, unless he came across, yeah.
I don't know if he broke the plane or not.
But this will be, when you say not much of a penalty, I assume you mean the enforcement of a half a yard.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 4-inch penalty.
And while that doesn't make a difference really in terms of the yardage to go, every inch that you get closer to that end zone
You can't get a penalty now because there's nowhere to move the ball.
It's an inch closer to this. I mean, you got to move the ball forward.
You might as well. You can't get any closer.
Well, you're going to have to get it forward, otherwise you don't want to be punting out of this.
They're going to throw out of it.
And they've got a receiver. That's Gibson. And Gibson gets them some breathing room out to the 10-yard line. And they desperately needed to get that.
And that's way too soft coverage there, I think.
And we are slowly getting towards the end of this game right now with 4:18 to go and counting. And we've got a
fourth down
Bull who's a little bit slow to get up here.
That's a receiver.
And that is Gibson, the
80 to Gibson
player that caught that ball out there to give the Bulls a little bit of breathing room.
Can't rely on those sticks in the scoreboard again.
This, in a tie ball game with 4 minutes to go, is a huge play on both sides.
I think every play from this point on is a huge play.
Well, when you're talking about third down from your own 10.
Yeah, but every play at this point is a huge play.
Agreed.
You get down to the last. This is the last possession or next to last possession for each team.
Maxwell in the backfield with Volts.
Clock is running down 4 minutes. And they're going to get a delay game here if they don't hurry up and get this off. He's counting it off. He got it off.
And Maxwell with a carry off that left side. Grabbed by the jersey from behind, and he's going to be short.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th down and 3.
And Keon Maxwell, whoever that was that got a hand up in there, I just saw a jersey being pulled back. Maxwell's jersey. And that slowed him up. Enough for the other Tiger defenders to get there and bring him down. And it is 4th down. And Tomlinson is going to have to punt from his own end zone. We don't even have a returner back.
No, Palmetto's leaving their defense on the field. I don't think they're going to go for it down here. That would be, I mean, if they don't get it, the game's over. But Palmetto's just going to let him kick it and roll as far as it goes, I guess.
They could not go for this, and I agree, Coach. 3:18 left to go.
I'd put my punt return. Well, you're not really getting it. Oh, whoa,
we got a dribbler.
And he's going to get a 70-yard punt when that ball bounces.
And there's the bounce that Palmetto risked taking when they did not put a returner back there. And that ball is going to go from the goal line to the 25-yard line. Coach, I don't really agree with that. I didn't agree with it before the result was evident.
No,
you certainly don't agree with it now.
If you're going to go with a punt safe, you've got to at least take your free safety out, run a defense, but put a return guy in back there who can back up and fair catch that. Just tell him you don't have to return it, just catch it.
That cost him at least 15 yards of field position with only 2:58 left to go in this ball game.
The punting team for Parrish has been the difference in this game. That's really the way that they've turned the field.
Tomlinson has uncorked a couple of nice
Tomlinson
ones.
Good, and the punt return for Palmetto.
Yeah, well, you know, your guy Bunce has also done pretty well himself.
That's true. He's done a great job punting.
So here we go. 2:58 left to go in the ball game. Tied 14-14. Roth rolls to his right. He's looking downfield. Throws it intermediate. Got a receiver. It's Simeon Matt. First down.
Yeah, it's just a little flood route. We saw that a lot last week in the Braden River game, where you got a vertical, a flat, and then a mid-range route there, a little sail route. We used to call a sail route. It was like a deep out.
And here we go, mixing that pass in on first down.
2:42. You got plenty of time here, even though you do not have timeouts, because you used them on.
Well, it's good to be on. Oh,
this
it's
might be a
backwards
double pass. It's a double pass.
It is. Carter unleashes it. Wide open. Now it's Pickford.
Pickford.
And Pickford's going to be brought down inside the 15. What a play.
Great call. Good play.
2:24 left to go in the ball game, and the Tigers are set up shop inside the 15. Wow.
Yeah, when you face a team that throws that many outside screens, you're kind of programmed in your mind to go up on it, and that's what they did. They come up, you see the corner come up, the safety come up. Great job.
Carter just heaved that thing, and it was still short, but there was no defender around Pitchford.
When you have a receiver throwing it, unless it's A. Sanders, who used to make a living out of that play for us at Manatee, you're happy with any completion. But you're right, if it was a little farther, it would have been 6.
But as it is, 2 minutes to go in this ball game, and Palmetto with a chance to burn some clock in scoring position now.
Yarn gets about 2 yards and gets hit hard.
You don't want to leave this up to your kicker if you're Palmetto.
The field goal unit, the extra point unit, the field goal unit is not that strong for Palmetto. I think Parrish would probably be more comfortable leaving it in Tomlinson's hands with all his experience. But
And we haven't really seen any field goals tonight for either team. It's 14-14. Liam Harrell we have seen on the extra point attempts.
Yeah, Liam Harrell, the first-year kicker. I think they'd like to stick it in here, although he's playing very conservative.
Brinson with a lot of room off that right side. Brinson up into the end zone. Touchdown. Palmetto with 1:16 left to go in the ball game. And Parrish is going to have another chance. Let's see what this extra point does.
It's a big extra point here because Parrish does have 1:16 left, and their offense has moved the ball.
And they have timeouts.
So they decided to save their timeouts until you need them to stop the clock, is what you're saying?
They predicted the situation. So Quez Brinson with a nice run.
Nice run. Bounces it outside, running off right tackle and bounces it. Oh, good kick there.
Yep,
yeah,
and
he's getting better.
Liam Harrell gets it up and gets it through, and that's a 7-point difference in this ball game with $1:16 left to go. The score, the Palmetto Tigers 21, the Parrish Bulls 14. And Volts is going to have that much time left to tie this ball game up or take a lead with 2 points.
Which Volts?
Bryson Volts.
Bryson, okay.
You thought I was going to say Jackson or Ed?
Ed Volts,
Ed?
the offensive coordinator, yeah.
It's both. Double Volts.
And we've already called him Jackson once now.
I did.
I'm sure it's not the first time that a younger brother has been called by his older brother's name.
Yeah.
This happens.
Quarterback.
I got 2 kids, and I can't get their names right, so. Well, what a game compared to the last 2 snoozers we've had that were running clocks and blowouts. This is, like I said, we're witnessing the birth of a rivalry here.
Yeah, I don't know how to act almost. It's been this long since we've had a tight game go down to the wire. Certainly last year.
Who do we have next week? Question. Carl's listening.
We've got Parrish Community again next week on the road. And I want to say to Braden River.
Parrish at Braden? I think Palmetto plays Braden River next week.
Well, then I'm wrong.
No, Parrish does. Maybe Parrish does. Yeah. I think you're right.
Sometimes
back to back.
That blind squirrel finds a nut.
Yes, it is Braden River next week for Parrish.
Boom.
Parrish, Braden River winning. They get their first win tonight. Offense got on track. Maybe they'll get some confidence there.
Yeah.
We'll see that new turf next week if it's at Braden River.
And it is. And we've got a squibber. And that bounces off the face mask of the up back, and they get good field position out of this.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah,
that's the longest kick return they've had tonight.
It is
as far as field position.
It's the best field position they've had in the second half, and probably since the middle of the second quarter. And remember, early on in this ball game, they had 3 straight drives begin in Palmetto territory, 1 at the 4-yard line, and they only came away with 7 points.
Yeah, I like kicking it deep there and count on your guys to go down there and cover. He did a good job last time. Camden Stansel made a tackle inside of 20 last time.
Well, you're taking away probably the long return when you do that. Get it to the up back. That's not a guy you think is going to take it to the house.
True.
So you're eliminating the risk, but you're also giving up maybe 10 or 15 yards there.
Let's go! Formation here. They've done it earlier in the game. 2 receivers split all the way out to the sideline. One of them will probably go in motion, I would think.
1:11 left to go in the ball game. First down and 10 for the Bulls. Volts grabs that high snap again. He's looking downfield and just wings that ball out of bounds and hits one of the trainers.
Heads up play. Not heads up for the trainer. I think she had her head down when he hit her. High snap. He was just running for his life. That was a smart play. Got out of his hands in a hurry so he didn't get sacked. He didn't know who's coming behind him. Stops the clock.
Only 5 seconds burned off of it as well.
No penalty, no lost yardage. You take a sack there, and the clock's running. You got to use your timeout. So that was a heads-up play by Volz, first-year starter.
And he did have some pressure coming down on him.
But he is a coach's son, and his dad's offensive coordinator, so I'm sure they've talked over every possibility.
Tight splits here for the Bulls on second down and 10. We got another false start. Again. Both receivers at the bottom of your screen.
Both receivers went. So that's going to be 2nd and 15.
Parrish did not need that.
Parrish now doing some of the stuff that Palmetto was doing in the first half, hurting themselves, shooting themselves in the foot with the illegal motion by the receivers, 2 drives in a row. And like we always told receivers, you watch the ball, you don't go on a snap count. There's no excuse for a receiver to ever be offsides. They should be looking in at the ball and waiting for the ball to move, not even listening to the count. So.
7-point ball game, 1:06 left to go. Volts
flare it out
to
the
the burning back, and Maxwell hauls that ball in. Nice catch, but it's going nowhere. And Keon Maxwell's going to lose yards on that play.
57 seconds left, 58, 57.9, we'll call it 58.
That ball spotted back at the 36-yard line. Timeout for Parrish to stop that clock.
Yeah, they got balls. He's tackled in bounds. It was forward progress was stopped in bounds, and you got to stop the clock there. You can't bring them home with you. You might as well use them. They got one more left after this.
And they have to stop that clock anywhere. They were otherwise going to be in a scramble drill here with 57.9 left on the clock.
3rd and 18, tough call for a play caller.
Well, obviously 2-down territory,
yeah, you
so you don't have to get it all.
Yep, you don't need to get it all. You could run it out here or something like that, see if he breaks a tackle or gets out of bounds, get a 10-yard gain, and then come back on 4th and 8. You're going to have to go for it anyway, so it doesn't matter if you make it or not.
And Volts has been largely accurate, not just tonight, but all season long with his passes. Only 1 touchdown on the season, but he's been throwing the ball pretty well. 22 out of 32, 348 yards, 68% completion percentage coming into this game.
Matt Arcady was out there with his defensive coaches, Matt Brazelton, the defensive line coach, giving them their instructions here.
They are puckered up on that sideline with that defense.
If you're Palmetto, you got to avoid being too aggressive here. Right? First down doesn't kill you. A deep ball might kill you. So play over the top. If they get a first down, you still got to. There you go. They're going to throw it.
He's just throwing it with that receiver just standing on the sideline. Makes a move, and Edwards all the way into Palmetto territory and out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Jermaine Edwards was standing there uncovered on the sideline. And Volts flipped it out to him.
He made four. I think he made 4 guys miss on that. Great individual effort.
So Jermaine Edwards showing wiggle, not just in the middle of the field around that line of scrimmage, but on the sideline as well. And that's a huge play for the Bulls.
Four different defenders unblocked, and he got through them all and got a first down and stopped the clock. Even more importantly,
absolutely.
So you got 48 seconds here. They still got 46 yards to go.
46-yard line of the Palmetto Tigers.
If you're Palmetto, you just got to keep your composure and keep playing defense. Like I said, that first down doesn't kill you. You still got a chance.
Bryson
close to running out of time here.
Bryson Volts.
High snap.
There's that snap over his head, and Volts just has to fall on that ball.
Timeout. They got to use a timeout there. They got to use the last timeout.
And they did with 41.7 seconds left, and that is a tough matzo ball.
Yeah, you hate to see a great game and it come down to, a mistake of a kid who's played great the whole night, the center. And
we've seen those snaps all night long, and Volts up till that point was able to haul them in. That one's just a little bit too high.
Well, that right there is adrenaline. That's probably the most adrenaline-filled play that most of the players from Parrish have ever been a part of. With this crowd here tonight, this maybe the largest crowd in Parrish history, playing against a rival in a tie game. 49 seconds left in the game. That adrenaline starts rushing, and it's like golfers. They have to hit one less club sometimes in a big moment because they'll hit the ball farther during the moment because of the adrenaline that's rushing in your body.
Loss of 18 on that play, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 28.
That's a backbreaker. I mean, that's
And what's even more critical for the Bulls is there's 41.7 seconds left, and you've got no timeouts.
Yeah, you had to use the timeout. The Bulls had to go back and fall on it because there were defenders coming in. He couldn't risk trying to pick it up and make a play. I'm sure if he had gotten a bounce right up to him, he would have picked it up and tried to throw it out of bounds and stop the clock that way, but save the loss. But that's a big play right there.
So here we go, 2nd down and 28 for Bryson Volts in this Bulls offense. Gibson in motion. And he's looking downfield, and Volts is going to heave this. He's out of bounds by about 10 yards on the play intended for Jermaine Edwards. 35.9 seconds left to go in the ball game. 3rd down and 28. So this is the nitty-gritty. And this crowd out here at at Parrish Community High School is large. They are representing well out here in Northeast Manatee County tonight. And again, Palmetto High School only 12 miles away, so you got a large contingent from Palmetto High School as well as Parrish Community.
And like I mentioned, a lot of staff members came over here to Parrish from Palmetto. A lot of students whose older brothers or siblings or parents went to Palmetto and now are at Parrish. So it's going to be a great rivalry for years to come.
Third down, 28 volts, calls for it.
It'll be a screen.
And there it is. And it's Maxwell. Maxwell's
trying to get to the
trying to
sideline.
get out of bounds, and he's going to get there. As that referee marks
He
him
marks
out
him
of bounds
That
with
was
27
close.
seconds.
Great tackle by Paul Moore, running him down inside out. I'm not sure he got out of
Moore
bounds.
was almost close to bringing him down in bounds. I'll tell you.
I'm not sure if he got out. We can't see the line real good with the crowd there, but it was close. If he brings him down inbounds, the game's over. Yeah. It would take 20 seconds for everybody to get back and line up from a play that spreads out like that.
We've still got 4th down at 18 to deal with.
And that's not always good.
So barring a defensive penalty, this has got to be probably a shot downfield. Well, you can get it to Edwards and try to make it. Well, where is Edwards lined up? In the
he's out wide to the left.
There he is. They left him alone last time. And he's doing the same thing. You get that roll out by Volts.
They're going deep to Edwards.
And that's well covered. Nope. Penalty flag down, and that's going to do it for your ball game. As that ball falls incomplete. And I'll tell you, Edwards was there, but the coverage was tight.
Yeah, good coverage. 4th and 18 is not much more you can do. I think, as far as the call, you got to really throw it downfield. That's your best shot there. Edwards, your best player, like I said earlier, statistically. I was thinking that if I'm calling plays, somehow we're going to try to get the ball to Edwards on this play.
And the crowd starts to file out of the stadium here at Parrish Community High School with 20 seconds left on the clock. Their Bulls are going to go down by 7 to the Palmetto Tigers. So congratulations to the Palmetto Tigers, Coach Sanders, Coach Arcady.
What you got to watch for here, though, is there's a lot of emotion out there, and if something happens in the last 20 seconds, you end up going back. You get kicked out of this game on the last play. You miss next week or next 2 weeks. So.
And, while we're congratulating the Palmetto staff and their team for this victory, which with that kneel down, that will seal the deal. Congratulations to the Parrish Community Bulls. 7-4 last year, their first winning season. 3-0 coming into this game, and we didn't know how strong of a 3-0 that was. They showed tonight.
That's a strong 3-0.
It's a strong 3-0.
Yeah, they're ready to compete. This is the first year they've played up, against Palmetto, and some of these moved up in districts and size, but they're definitely ready for it, ready for big boy football, as former Palmetto coach Dave Marino would say. And they're going to be in the thick of things. They're not out of this district yet. Leonard's tough. Leonard or Lakewood Ranch could knock Palmetto off, and Parrish could win the rest of their games, and they could end up winning the district. You never know. So.
Or they could just make it as an at-large berth. So.
Yeah.
We'll runner up. So I just want to remind everybody before we leave tonight's broadcast that the MSTV High School Football Game of the Week, again, is a cooperative effort between the adult MSTV staff in the school district of Manatee County and the TV and production classes at both high schools. Here at Parrish, we've got Erin Lish. She's been awesome, and her kids have been awesome too. There we see our executive producer, Carl Shelton, with one of them down there in the truck. And we've got, I want to go over the names here. On camera 1 tonight, it was Oliver Yazzetti. On camera 2, it was Kevin Kornaszewski. Camera 3, Alani Klobus. Field reporter 1 was Kaylin DeVito. We also had Lola Harris down there on the sidelines reporting. So we want to thank Miss Erin Lish and her students for helping make this broadcast possible. And let's give you a scoring update. Southeast getting close, but falling short in the end to Lakewood Ranch, 28-22. So Lakewood Ranch, you just mentioned them in that district as well. They stay pace now at 3-1 themselves. Yep. So that's going to do it here. We've got a lot of tight races coming up. And again, we'll be at Braden River High School next week as the Pirates take on these Parrish Community Bulls, who are going to look to bounce back after Braden River. We don't know what the final score was there, but 28-0 the last time we checked in with Bayshore. And I'm pretty sure the Bruins have not taken the lead in that ball game. So Braden River looks to get their first win. They will tonight and bounce back next week again with Parrish.
Never have truer words been uttered.
Yeah, well, I'm allowed to say that. I think I have carte blanche as a Bayshore guy.
Alumni.
So Yeah.
privilege.
And you've had a cup of coffee at Bayshore, too, some of their glory days as well.
Last district championship team.
That's it, baby.
Raven
All right.
Woody.
Well, I don't think there's anything left for us to say here other than a great game by both teams and a district matchup that did not disappoint. So your final score from Parrish Community High School, it's the Bulls 21 and the Tigers 14. We'll see you next week at Braden River High School. Have a great week until then, everyone. Good night.